Do we have the other camera up yet?
Good evening and welcome to Falcon Stadium. Tom Mikowski along with Joe Sack. It's the playoffs.
Playoffs. There's one thing that late October means other than Halloween, but it's playoff time.
That's the best time of year when the season gets extended. We've got West Catholic ranked number 1 in Division 5 squaring off against Comstock Park, who comes in at 5-4. And when you're in the playoffs, it's nice to be home.
Absolutely. And we're playing our neighbors from right down the road. Little love, little hate. You know, what are you going to do?
Well, we love thy neighbor.
We love thy neighbor until we got to play him. I think that's how it goes, right?
Yeah. That was just a dislike for, 90 minutes, and then we go back
we're
to
back
the
to
love
good.
again. So, taking a look at West Catholic, of course, they are number 1 in Division 5. So they won the OK Blue Conference, outright champions. Comstock Park comes in, like I say, 5-4, and they were third place in the OK Silver, behind Belding and Sparta.
Right?
Yes. So we look at last week. Let's do a little recap of last week because I think, as you mentioned kind of one time, Joe, a couple weeks ago, it's like, all the edges are really sharp for West Catholic, and I think that is definitely the truth. We saw last week in what might have been the most dominant performance in West Catholic history.
Yeah.
That's a really strong statement.
It is.
But I think it might be true.
Yeah, we were in awe. I felt a little funny about the whole situation, kind of like, big brother playing little brother, right? I mean, it was something else. It was a performance, especially in the first quarter of the game. Never seen anything like it.
It was. It started out with an interception for a touchdown by Carter Abram.
Second play of the game. And then, Fruitport took over again. And 3 plays later,
it was a fumble recovery for a touchdown. I mean, so just like that, 14-0. 37-0 score in the first quarter. Now, in high school football, we've been a part of running clocks. And if you're up over 35 in the first half, that second half comes, and then there's a running clock. I don't think we've ever experienced a game where we've been up 50 points with 6 minutes left, 6:22 to be exact, in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And the running clock started, and so it was 51-0. And it's not like West Catholic was looking to run it up at all. I mean, by that point they had gotten second stringers in and the whole 9 yards. So it was 51-0 at halftime. And then both teams scored a touchdown in the third quarter.
Yep.
And then that was your final 58-7. And like I said, probably the most dominant performance by a West Catholic offensive team.
And in all facets. It wasn't just the offense. I mean, it started out with 2 defensive touchdowns within the first 2 minutes of the ball game, and then a 3-and-out. And a punt and a touchdown, and then kicked off back to them, and a safety. And we had a punt return for a touchdown. We had a kickoff return for a touchdown. I mean, I think the cheerleaders, when we weren't paying attention, they got a touchdown. I don't know. But, it was awesome.
And you're right. When I say offensive, it was, and we'll get into the stats a little bit more, Joe, but certainly definitely more than offense. So you got offense, defense, special teams, all played a factor in that 58-7 win last week. Probably the most telling story of it, as you look at the stats, you think 58 points, and we've seen games where West Catholic's put up 50 points,
right,
and you've got 500 yards of offense, and you're like, wow, that was really explosive. Last week, 214 yards of total offense for West Catholic. So 214 while putting up 58 points is astonishing.
Yeah.
150 yards rushing, 64 passing, led by Charlie DeBruin. And we talked about this at the end of the last game, Joe. It's like, well, gosh, if you'd have told me West Catholic's going to put up 58, I'd say Charlie DeBruin's going to run for 300 yards.
Right.
He ran for 60.
60 yards, and it was he got himself a touchdown.
He got himself 3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. You're right.
With 60 yards rushing. Of course, Mike Murphy, all that guy does is
Well, he scores touchdowns.
That's all he does.
About every third time he touches the ball.
So
it's crazy.
And they didn't give him the ball 3 times. They gave him the ball once last week, and he decided, you know what, I'm going to run this 45 yards for a touchdown.
For a score. Yeah.
So another outstanding touchdown for Mike Murphy.
And before you go any further,
sure.
If you take a look, there was only 14 rushing attempts and 4 passing attempts. So on offense, West Catholic ran 18 plays.
Astonishing for 58 points.
I mean,
it really is. It's like the stats just don't match what happened on the scoreboard. Connor Olszewski, he had 1 reception. Yep. What did he do with that? He scored a touchdown. Ethan Stoner, 1 reception.
Scored a touchdown.
That's right. Nolan Reinhardt, kick return, only 1 time.
Yeah.
He went for a touchdown.
Went for a touchdoent opening kickoff of the second half.
99,
we weren't even paying attention.
We weren't, and not until he hit about the 10-yard line. And then he went 99 yards, and then later on, remember, he caught it almost in the same exact spot, and then the ref said, no, wait, touchback, and
his foot was about 3 inches over the goal line, and that's enough to constitute a touchback.
Yeah, and he was
upset.
He was upset. Chaz Vita, of course, he had a return as well for 60 yards and a touchdown. So just amazing.
It was a ridiculous performance.
It was. And with that defense, we look at, what happened on the defense. And let's look at the kind of the week 9 player honors as we talk about the defense, because it really was about the defense. Carter Abram, Defensive Player of the Week for West Catholic. Deservedly so, because he really set the stage right from the get-go with that 3rd play interception in for a touchdown.
Right, and then next, of course, we have where is it? I can't even see with my glasses here.
We have Alec Wickstrom.
We have Alec.
On offense, 3 for 3.
Yep.
So
only perfect.
He's only perfect, Mr. Efficiency. Put up some touchdowns with his 3-3 performance and a couple touchdowns, which was good to see.
Right, and then Nolan Reinhardt's in there
for special teams.
Right,
and then Chaz Vita overall, he had a good game. On special teams and on defense, Chaz Vita overall
all throughout the season. He's been just such a performer, been doing it all.
And they don't get a lot of credit, but your practice players, the practice player of the week, Gil Gagnon.
Yep.
I mean, those guys come and they push these starters. And without that push during the week and the practice, these guys don't get to where they're at.
No.
And so they're kind of the unsung heroes of every team.
Right.
That has success.
And Gil brings it. You have to bring that same enthusiasm to practice as you'd be doing for a game, and you're only doing your team good. And Gil Gagnon is absolutely a representative of that.
And last week on defense, Chris Schaub, he took his lunch pail out there and he got 6 tackles.
So dented up, I saw it earlier. Oh man,
Josh Hemmis. We haven't called Josh's name.
Yeah.
But, he got in there, and not a starter, but he got in there when he had the opportunity. And he had 5 tackles on the night, so it was great to see that out of Josh.
I mean, you love to see that out of a senior, and what a great job he did.
Fantastic job. And then Dom Fisher, he's done some good things offensively. Defensively last week, he put up 5 tackles as well.
Yeah. You get these guys out there for a half, and they get a taste of it, and then, obviously bringing up the youngsters off of JV and some freshmen. They all get a taste of the playoffs. That's fantastic. We hope to be in that position again tonight to be able to get some of those depth guys in.
Yeah, really important to have that depth. We take a look at the defense overall. That rushing defense really sets the tone.
Yep.
If you look at the defense, they gave up less than 3 yards a rush. So I think they had, about 35 rushes for like 103 yards, something like that. So less than 3 yards a carry. So just another dominating performance. So what does that do? That forces you to try to pass the ball. Well, last week, Fruitport only passed the ball twice, which was kind of amazing. But unfortunately, they had two completions but they had 2 interceptions on the night.
Right. Well,
too.
I mean, they completed all of their passes.
Yeah, there you go.
Just 2 of them to the wrong team.
Right. And so that was just an amazing performance all around for West Catholic.
Yeah, and speaking more on the defense, because the offense is fantastic, but the defense has been, man, lights out. And they're the swag and the attitude and the toughness and right place, right time. Taking the ball carrier or receiver down at the point of contact. It's just happening game after game after game, and that's such a difference maker.
And it is. It's the confidence, right? I mean, you build that confidence. Let's kind of move into, I think you're going to get into like some of the season-long stats.
Taking a look at the season-long stats, you have got 12 players with 30-plus tackles, okay? Remember, there's only 11 on the field. Right. So you're spreading this thing out. And then you've got a handful of guys, at least 5 of them, that are in the high to mid-20s. So this is that Darren Smith defensive structure where he's getting guys in and out of the game, having them play. Means more in practice when you know you're going to get in the ball game. And it's just it's worked. It's worked all year long.
Well, and you're keeping them fresh.
Yep.
Right? I mean, that's what you need on the defense. You don't need your guys getting tired or whatever. And to be able to have that depth like that where you're swapping guys in and out, keeping them fresh and energized means everything. So as we continue on the Fox Pools pregame show, let's just talk about the offense, too. If we look at season-long stats, Charlie DeBrune, over 1,200 yards rushing for the season, 1,248 to be exact, 16 touchdowns on the year. Mike Murphy's probably had half the number of carries as Charlie DeBrune or less. 382 yards, though, for Mike Murphy and 12 touchdowns. So Charlie DeBrune was 16. All Mike Murphy does is score TDs, 12 touchdowns on the year. Alec Wickstrom, a couple weeks ago, he went over the 1,000-yard mark. He's got 1,147 yards passing for the year. 12 touchdowns and only one interception.
Yeah.
So when we talk about Mr. Efficiency, you have to protect the ball.
Right.
And as we get deeper in the playoffs, that means more and more. So the fact that, you've been able to take care of the ball, you haven't turned the ball over, means everything going down the road. And it's great to see that he's taking care of the ball this year.
Oh, absolutely. And he's a 3-year starter, albeit, 2 years at Grand Rapids Christian, and he came over here to join his siblings.
Yeah, right.
But the leadership, he plays a very heady game in in a leadership role at the quarterback position, but that shows every game.
Right.
We see him, and he knows when to throw the ball away. He makes smart decisions on the field.
Yeah, limits his mistakes.
Absolutely.
And then we look at the wide receivers. Ryer Snow, 15 receptions for 379 yards. He's got 4 touchdowns on the year. Carter Perry, 16 receptions, leads the way for the Falcons. He's got 217 yards. Ryer Snow is a little more of a deep guy. Right. Carter Perry, they kind of give little swing passes out to him, get him out in the flats, get him out in the open where he can kind of use his speed. So 217 yards, a couple touchdowns for him. And then Cole Bauer, who, you like to go along with him, 158 yards on only 5 receptions.
And how many touchdowns?
3 touchdowns.
3 touchdowns. 5 receptions, 3 touchdowns.
All he does is
score touchdowns.
So, interestingly enough, looking at the full regular season, West Catholic now has averaged 50.6 points a game.
Correct.
So you round that up, which I like to round up.
Sure.
Sure. 50.6. Let's take that decimal
Math.
out. That's 51 points a game.
Math.
And so I had to ask Steve Grooms. I said, Steve, that's got to be a record, right? 51 points a game on average. And he said, I think so. I think he's got to go deep in the archives, but he's pretty sure that is a record season scoring-wise for the Falcons.
Yeah, and it's just been a joy, and here we are at Game 10, pre-districts, Division 5, and the neighbor down the street, Comstock Park, comes in here, and I don't think anybody really wants to play West Catholic right now.
I don't think anybody does.
We've said that year over year, but I don't think anybody wants to play West Catholic right now.
Hey, as we continue on the Fox Pools pregame show, the regular crowd is shuffling in. Both teams are in the locker room doing their final prep. We want to thank a few of our sponsors.
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Fox Pools, located on Alpine Avenue between 7 and 8 Mile Road. Fox Pools sponsors our pregame show, so we thank them. And West End Body, if you've had an accident, get your car fixed up at West End Body by Melissa Homewood. And the last group of EXP Realty by Shaner Avenue Nursery, Duba Duba Attorneys at Law, Moore & Sons Roofing, Custom Caulking. Of course, we're going to have some custom caulking touchdowns tonight, I hope. Paget Business Services, Frank's Market, Lenderink Tree Farm, and of course, your Falcon Touchdown Club.
Speaking of custom caulking, our good friend Steve Norder.
Yeah.
We got one of the Falcon Awards.
Big award.
On Thursday night, there's a great awards ceremony that they do every year at West Catholic, and some great people got awards. Father John Valier, who's been a part of the football team here for many, many years. It was great to hear him speak.
Mike Mulder.
Mike Mulder.
Yep, he was one of my teachers, biology.
Yeah, he had the best stories as a science teacher, and I never realized this. I'm sure my kids had them, but I never realized it. But when he would do the looking at clams and stuff, he'd put like pearls, like real pearls in there, but they would have holes in them, and just because people would get really excited and go, "Oh, I found a pearl! I found a real pearl!" And they get all excited, and then at the end of the
didn't know they came
session,
with holes in them.
He'd be like, "Okay, not really." And then when they were dissecting cats,
yeah,
he put all sorts of stuff in there, whether it was maybe a pack of Starburst or whatever he would put in there, and people would just get freaked out, going, "Oh my gosh, look what's in the stomach of this!" And
what fun! And he was, and he's a towering guy, and he had such an amazing dry sense of humor to the kids. Yeah. And it was a blast. He was a great teacher and a well-deserved award.
Well-deserved award. And then Miles Schmidt got the Excellence in Business Award. He's going to great accounting.
He's put a bunch of kids through here too.
9.
He might have paid for half the school.
I think he did. 9 kids through here. Yeah, and so he's and he gives so much back. Financially and time-wise, and having all his
and
his
he's
kids
a Michigan
come here.
fan, and it's awesome.
Yeah, we only want to talk about that,
okay.
Right? Go Green. So anyways, the band is out here at West Catholic. We got a beautiful night here on the west side of Grand Rapids as the drone is coming out here. And by the way, as you're watching the game, or as you're listening to the game, you're watching us right now, we will not show the video tonight, and it's only because it's MHSAA rules, and so we can't tie in to the huddle camera like we do with other home games, but we will have the audio. You'll see our mugs in the pregame, and halftime, we got a halftime guest. Jill Annable, President and CEO of West Catholic, will join us and have some great things to say. So stick with us for that halftime show, and of course we'll be on camera for the postgame. But during the game itself, MHSAA rules. We don't like it either, but we can't show the actual game.
Well, we hope, Tom, you've done an amazing job for 15 years of painting the picture for everybody out there. And
thank you.
Video is just a new thing here since COVID, so we hope you stay with us and enjoy the game, and we'll do our best to bring it to you and have some fun while we're doing it.
We will paint the picture. But do this, if you're out there listening to us tonight, hit the share button on that YouTube Live and just share it out on your Facebook page or share it on Instagram, share it all around in social media, because there are people that have texted in this week. It's like, are you guys on or aren't you on? And some people that have been at games all year and now are wondering, well, where do we even listen and that kind of thing. So even though there's been some posts out on the West Catholic website, if you could share that information, because I'm sure if you're listening to us, you've got plenty of West Catholic friends that would enjoy the listen tonight as well.
Absolutely. And then going back to the broadcast, we're going to try at the end of the game to get Coach Landon Grove up.
Yes.
And we haven't done that yet this year. It was busy last year. It was hard to get him up. But we're going to see about getting, either Coach Landon Grove or Darren Smith up. Yeah. Right. So we'll finally be able to get them in the booth and question them on how the games are going and now that we're in the playoffs.
We've got 5 minutes left till kickoff here as both teams make their way on the field right now. Joe, let's talk a little bit, and let's transition, talk a little bit about Comstock Park and what they bring to the table tonight.
Sure. Well, Comstock Park comes in at 5-4 overall. They have 37.889 playoff points, and that got them in, obviously, at a lower portion, but, hey, they're a playoff team this year. West Catholic, just to tell you the differential, West Catholic has got 69.222 points gained, playoff points throughout the season. So there's a pretty big differential, and that a lot of it has to do with wins. A lot of it has to do with who you play. But they come in as a playoff team, and they're glad to be here. Enrollment over at Comstock Park, of course, they're a D5 school. We're now in the playoffs, 530. And their head coach is Doug Samuels. Doug is in his 4th year here. He's 19-16 to date. He was at Ravenna before he came over to Comstock Park for 2 years. Had a couple successful seasons. Took over a program that was a little bit broken. Built that back up. And, obviously they're doing the same thing over at Comstock Park. Big rebound for Comstock Park came between the 2020 season, the COVID season where everybody made the playoffs, right?
Right.
And they were 1-6, okay? He turned that program around to a 9-1 season in 2021. So make no mistake, he can take kids, he can coach them to play and do a great job with it. Interestingly, West Catholic leads the series 13-1 in the 14 meetings, okay? And the most recent games were in 2020 where West Catholic, courtesy of West Catholic, helped with the Comstock Park exit in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
That was 41-0, so that was a pre-district game. And then again in 2021, we helped them have more of their fall, right? I guess.
Yes.
Again, beating them in a rainy night when Tim Kloska was a junior at Houseman Field. We remember that game well.
Got them out on their fall color tour.
Yep. Miserable night, right?
Here goes West Catholic on the field as they run on the field and break that paper sign. I love that. Little smoke trail. A little bit of a smoke trail.
I love it.
Yeah.
Kids are out, and they're fired up, it looks like. So back in 2021, it was a 42-0 game between the two. And so we helped them. We helped them get out of the playoffs those 2 years.
Yeah.
We're looking to do it again, I think.
I think we're. Yeah.
I think they are.
If you talk to Landon Grove, yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Looking at points for, points against, we always try to take a look at that stat to see who might have an edge. West Catholic's got 457 points for, and Comstock Park has 270 points for. That's a 270-point edge for West Catholic. So that's just big. And points against, West Catholic's only given up 114 points, and Comstock Park has given up 310. That's a 196-point edge for West Catholic there. So we covered this a little bit ago, but West Catholic averaging 50.7
We're rounding up
points.
50.6. We're rounding up.
And giving up only 12.6. And Comstock Park, we take a look, and they're scoring an average of 30 points per game, but giving up 34.4. So they've given up a lot of points in their losses is kind of what that looks like to me.
Right.
Anyways, West Catholic's got the edge on all of those. Some players to watch tonight. Quarterback Donovan Cummings, he's a senior. He's going to be throwing that ball to Spencer Dokel. He's a senior wide receiver. Also playing a big part in this offense is tight end Tyler Brzezowski or Brzezowski. I'm gonna have trouble with that all the way through the first quarter. But Brzezowski, he's a senior tight end.
Tyler B.
Yeah, Tyler B. We'll call him. Running back Kendrick Castillo, he's going to be handling the ball a lot. Zach Borick, another wide receiver. Preston Gates, senior wide receiver, and Easton Hood's going to be carrying the ball a little bit. Now, this team started out the year, you remember back in August when the tornado came through on August 24th. Team got together, and that went right through Comstock Park.
Yeah, those straight winds.
Straight wind. No, it was a tornado.
There was a tornado. Yeah, and then it was the same time there were straight winds,
and they were terrible, yeah.
They were like 90-mile-an-hour straight winds as
Team gathered up and went out as a group and helped with cleanup around the neighborhoods and just did the community a great service by doing, work that they didn't Wasn't scheduled.
Right.
But they were there to help out. So that's
awesome.
a really, really nice thing for them.
For sure.
We take a look here, in this 15th meeting. I did some numbers here over the last 14 games, and West Catholic has outscored Comstock Park 540 to 228. And that's just big. That's almost doubling them up over the last 14 meetings. West Catholic in all of these games averages 38.6 points per game, and Comstock Park averages 16.28 points per game.
So 13-1 lead in the series. Here comes
so right
our
now we're
going to
get on our national anthem.
West Catholic Falcon Band.
Nice job by the West Catholic Marching Band, as always, for the national anthem. As we see them marching on the field, players are gathering at the sideline, Tom. Keys to the game.
Keys to the game.
Yeah.
I think for Comstock Park,
Yep.
they average 30 a game. They give up 34 a game. What does that mean? That means there's not a lot of trust in that defense. So what do you need? You need long, sustained drives.
Sure.
So
shorten the game up a little bit.
That is the key. They've got a wing tee, so they're probably not going to put it in there that much. I mean, they're going to try to rely on that running game until West Catholic forces them to pass. So long, sustained drives for Comstock Park is what they're going to need, and they're going to need to force some turnovers.
Force some turnovers. Play mistake-free football. Penalty can't be, can't have penalties be a killer. And yes, definitely the turnovers. And they need to stop the run. For West Catholic, they got to score in all facets again, kind of like they did last week. I think that should be a goal for this team.
Sure.
Then they got to steal the signs from the other team. Oh, no, that was the Michigan thing. That was the Michigan I didn't mean that. Yeah. No, that's not right. No, they got to play crisp, championship-style football and opportunity to play the full game with the first offense. So, West Catholic has won the toss. They have elected to defer, and here is Landon Smith with his kickoff. It's a deep one.
Comstock Park will get it there at the 3-yard line, come up on the near sideline to the 15 to the 20, and that's where they'll get started here, their first possession here in the first quarter. So nice job again by special teams, and like we said last week, West Catholic did everything right, and I even looked at penalties. One penalty for 5 yards.
Yeah.
That's a good game.
Something else. Anyways, want to thank everybody for joining us on the Fox Blues pregame show, and here we go with West Catholic's defense. Comstock Park breaks their huddle, and they jog out to the line of scrimmage, and here we go.
Donovan Cummings is going to be under center for Comstock Park. They've already got their wide receiver split out, 2 left, 1 right. They go to left to right on your radio dials. We get things started here at Division 5 playoffs. Game number 1. Here comes the handoff. No, fake handoff. And now we'll go out into the flats. It'll be caught there by number 11, Christian Robinson. He'll get wrapped up right away for no gain on the play. In fact, he'll lose a couple. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for the Panthers.
Ryer Snow out there in coverage. That was a quick shot off to the outside sideline, and there was no fooling him. Nice tackle for a loss there of 4. It's going to bring up 3rd, and it looks like about 14, Tom.
2nd down and 14.
Second down.
3 left, 2 right. I'm like, gosh, wow.
Jeez.
How many
I missed a
here?
play.
Empty backfield for Cummings. He's darting around. He's got a receiver out there, and he'll complete the ball on the far sidelines. Getting knocked out of bounds. It'll be pickup of about 8 on the play.
Yeah, Spencer Dokel. Yeah, Spencer Dokel. Nice quick shot out to him to the sideline, and a gain of about 9. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 5 now.
So trips right, 2 left, wide open offense. Nobody in the backfield. Now, what's interesting with that, the wing tee that they like to run.
Yeah,
you haven't seen it.
No.
I mean,
they're going to mix it up.
They're going to spread it out. They've looked at film and said, you know what, the teams that have done well against West are teams that can spread the offense. Here goes Cummings. He goes to Robinson over the middle and get tackled right away. Catches the ball at the 27. No pickup on the play. That'll bring out 4th down for the Panthers. So on their first possession, West Catholic D holds tight with that spread offense that Comstock Park came out with.
Yeah, nice route run by Christian Robinson. But immediately when he caught the ball, there was Charlie DeBruin. Really no gain on the play, and now here comes the punt unit.
Christian Olszewski back. So Connor will be at the 37. Here comes the punt. Short punt. Going to probably hit it midfield, if not before. Let's see where they mark it out on the far side of the field.
Kind of went out of bounds.
The referee's doing the old eye, right?
Yeah. He's walking a couple more.
At 45-yard line. So again,
short kick.
West Catholic every week, short field. I don't even know a possession that we haven't started at least on our own 40. Now we're starting out on the 45 of Comstock Park. So real short field for West. Their first possession, 0-0 is your score. We get started here in the first quarter, 9:42 left in the first. Here goes Wickstrom, shotgun formation. I'll have DeBruin off to his right. They go right to left in your radio dial. Here comes a little flea flicker back. Wickstrom's got plenty of time. And now he just gets rid of the ball. Here comes a late flag in the area of holding. Let's see what they have. Wickstrom had all the time in the world, but give credit to that Comstock Park defense.
Yeah, it was a little handoff, and then a toss back to Wickstrom. He had 2 receivers out. Yeah, it's going to be a holding call here. It actually developed a little bit too quickly. I don't think the receivers got fully into their routes. And so that caused a little bit of disruption. Wickstrom had to scramble out to the far sideline and then just throw it away. And, you're blocking for that long. Somebody's going to hold something, right?
You're right. First down and 20 on the hold. Here goes DeBruin over the left side. Big hole. He's up over the 50 to the 45. Still on his feet. Breaks the tackle. He's at the 30. Goodbye, Charlie DeBruin.
Touchdown, Charlie DeBruin.
55 yards.
55-yard touchdown. Man, oh, man. Big custom caulking touchdown. What do we expect? Charlie DeBruin. Hey, man, oh, man.
Like every 3 plays, there's a touchdown. It took 2.
It only took 2 this time. They're on pace like last week.
Wow.
And he ran through crowds of people.
Yeah, he had a hole to start, but then that mid-level, he ran into some people, broke a couple tackles.
Looked like he was trying to catch an airplane.
Off to the races. Landon Smith, extra point, and just like that, West Catholic takes the lead, 7-0. Hey, give us a shout out. My wife tells you say hey a lot. I do. I transition. Hey,
yeah. Hey,
let's.
Yeah.
Hey, give us a text.
Right.
616-262-9270. 616-262-9270. Let us know you're out there listening tonight.
Yeah, and again, no video tonight. MHSAA rules. They own the rights to the broadcast, and we apologize and want to say hi to Kristen Kelly-Nemmers. We appreciate you there. Rick Zane's already saying hello. Hi, Rick, from up in Stony Lake. And I just want to mention a couple of things for West Catholic. Find the Falcons. West Catholic wants to find the Falcons, so West is hoping to contact or reconnect all West Catholic alumni as the school gets ready to celebrate its 60th graduating class. Falcon grads can go to grwestcatholic.org/alumni to update their information. Be sure to spread the word and help find the Falcons.
Landon Smith goes deep in the kickoff, and now here's Comstock Park. They run into trouble on the near side, breaks a couple tackles. Now they'll go all the way to the far side of the field. Wow, they ran about 50 yards to get about 7. And they'll be tackled at the 25-yard line, and that's where they'll get started.
And did you see Dom Fisher lay a lick? Oh, man, he got close to the sideline there and really, boy, did he hit one hard and knock the ball carrier out of bounds. I think that was Ever Benitez. It was the ball carrier. So not bad field position out to the 25 for Comstock Park here for their second offensive set. Of course, went 3 and out on the first one. West Catholic took the punt and in 2 plays has scored. 9:09 to go. West Catholic 7, Comstock Park 0.
Here goes the handoff over the left side. No pickup on the play.
That's Easton Hood. And it looks like Stoner on the tackle. And Chris Schaub in on that tackle. Here comes Comstock Park on 2nd and 10 now. Back to pass. Nice connection there to number 22. That's Easton Hood again. And he gets that down to about the 33-yard line. It's going to leave up 3rd and 3.
Shotgun formation goes Cummings again. So Donovan Cummings, a senior quarterback for the Panthers. Empty backfield, trips left to right. 34 defense for West. Jet sweep handoff and going nowhere over the left side. Nice job by the West Catholic defense. No pickup on the play. That'll bring out 4th and 3, and that'll bring out the punting unit again for Comstock Park.
Yeah, Cummings, it was a little read option with Easton Hood, and Cummings called his own number on that, only to be stopped by the Falcons for no gain. So here we are at, 4th and 2? 4th and 3?
Yeah, real short 3 for sure. Line drive kick hits at the 43. We'll take a Comstock Park roll all the way down to the 30. And that's where Comstock Park will down it, and West Catholic will get started. On that particular one, Comstock Park, 4th. It was a short 3, long 2. You're on your own side of the field. Too early to go for it, or do you let it all go out?
No, everybody's feeling it out here a little bit.
Yeah.
They could be down to 21-0 by the time they get it felt out, but I don't know.
We'll see.
So here comes West Catholic here from their own 30-yard line.
Wickstrom will be in shotgun formation. DeBruyne will be off to his left this time. They go right to left on your radio dial. They've got their green uniforms, white helmets, that white stripe down their pants. Fake handoff to DeBruyne up the middle. Here's Wickstrom. He'll pitch it out on the far side. And looks like it's going to be a touchdown run for Carter Perry. He takes it the distance. 70 yards for Carter Perry.
Custom caulking touchdown, 70 yards for Carter Perry. They're ahead of last week.
I'm like, wow.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that was Alec Wickstrom on a little bit of a pitch there. He read the defense. Defense converged on him. And a little bit of a pitch out to Carter Perry. Great blocking downfield. Got to see Ryer Snow did a fantastic job. Nolan Reinhardt as well. And off to the races went Carter Perry.
Well, last week it was the defense with 2 quick scores. This week it's the offense.
Yeah, they're like, we'll show you. We will show you guys.
We'll score on 4 plays.
Absolutely. Hey, eXp Realty is a national leader in real estate, and Melissa Homewood is your local expert when it comes to buying or selling your home in West Michigan. Melissa can orchestrate market watches, property searches, and home value assessments to make your buying or selling process as thorough as it can be. You can find Realtor Melissa Homewood on the web at melissahomewood.com. Melissa Homewood, the last group of eXp Realty, is your real estate done right. So, 14-0 West Catholic, 6:57 to go in the first quarter. Landon Smith here for his third kickoff already.
As we like to say, don't blink, you'll miss it.
Yeah.
Here goes the kick, end over end kick. Nice kick by Smith. Will be fielded at the 2 by Comstock Park. Coming up here on the near side, breaking a couple tackles all the way to the 23-yard line.
Boy, that's Logan Whidden and carrying his lunch pail. Chris Schaub with the tackle, and boy, he just, oh man, he hit hard.
Yeah, he did.
He rolled him over.
So they'll have to actually place it at the 22-yard line.
So, Tom, I mean, taking a look, Comstock Park has had some really neat, unique plays that have worked very nicely. It's just a matter of combining those and getting yourselves into, a first down and advancing the ball. They've had some success.
They have,
but it's only been momentary.
Well, they're going to stick with the empty backfield. Here goes Cummings. He's over the middle. It's going to be intercepted by West Catholic at the 35. 2010 touchdown West. Guess who it is? Number 1, Nolan Reinhardt. An interception return for a touchdown.
This is like last week. Yeah.
We've seen this before.
Well, yeah, deja vu all over again, right?
Vujade.
Vujade.
I mean, wow. Nice interception return by Nolan Reinhardt.
Yeah, it was the pass was high.
Yes.
And he played ball hawk out there, for sure. Stepped in front, actually a little bit behind the intended receiver. Waited on a block by Connor Olszewski. Did a really nice job there, and the awareness of Olszewski to find a man to block, and the patience. And it results in a score. So 6:39 to go and 21-0. Going to learn today, right?
Right.
Hey, since 1965, West End Body's been serving West Catholic when those days happen, and they do happen. So if you've had a mishap with your vehicle, call Gavin Redsky at West End Body to get everything fixed up. Working with all insurance companies, West End Body's your single source for collision repair, and they're located at 1693 Leonard Northwest. And they sponsor our halftime show. And Fox Pools, located on Alpine Avenue between 7 and 8 Mile Roads. Fox Pools is West Michigan's best source for both in-ground and above-ground pools, featuring a full-service showroom with chemical supplies and accessories, offering annual closing and opening services as well as repairs and installations. Fox Pools does it right. Here comes Landon Smith with his fourth kickoff of the quarter.
And how about that offense of West Catholic and the defense? Both doing a fantastic job. And here comes the
big kick.
Oh, huge kick into the end zone. And that will be a touchback. And so it gives us a chance to talk about that defense.
We got a little bit of wind out there. That's a long kick by Landon.
So, Nolan Reinhardt with the interception return from his defensive back position. But as you look at the West Catholic defense, it's Stoner, Fredrickson, Mitchell up front, Carter Abram, Charlie DeBrune, Mike Murphy, and Ryer Snow at linebacker. And then in the defensive back, Gabe Schwieters, Nolan Reinhardt, Connor Olszewski, and Chaz Vida.
So here comes Comstock Park. Cummings in the gun.
Fake handoff. Cummings keeps it, goes over the right side. The quarterback keeper, no pickup on the play. In fact, he'll lose one. It'll be 2nd and 11 for the Panthers.
That's Ryer Snow coming in from his linebacker position. He was in there immediately. Cummings calls his own number, tried to go off tackle, and there just wasn't any room. So loss of 1 on the play.
Interesting, most teams run the ball to set up the pass. Comstock Park has been passing the ball to set up the run. And they're seeing what a force that defensive line is for West Catholic. Empty backfield again for Cummings. Short pass. He's got a receiver there. Tuck it and roll. So just a short little curl route. That's number 22, Easton Hood. And he'll pick up a first down for the Panthers.
First down for the Panthers tonight. Like I said, they've got a lot of neat things working. They just haven't combined them into any sort of a successful drive. So first time they move the sticks, ball's going to be at the 30-yard line, and here comes the Panthers.
They're going to force West Catholic to come up close on those receivers and not give them as much room out there. Give them a little bit of space, but let's see what they do on this possession. Fake handoff. Cummings under pressure, and he'll go down. Nice job there by
Aaron Record.
Yes, the sophomore, making his presence known in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Shot in from his defensive back position. A little bit of a delayed blitz, and as soon as Cummings turned around, Aaron had him by the ankles and didn't let go, and another loss of about 5, and now it's going to bring up, second down and about 15.
You know, we didn't mention Aaron Record's name as a starter, but now that they're going nickel with an extra D back in there, Aaron's in there. So here goes Cummings, who gets chased out of the pocket, looks downfield. He'll tuck it and run, break a couple tackles, get over the 35 to the 37. Great pickup by Donovan Cummings. It'll be 3rd and short for CP.
Yeah, good scramble. Had his eyes up the entire time until he crossed the line of scrimmage, then dodged a couple of would-be tacklers, and eventually was converged on by the Falcons. But a nice pickup of almost 7, but I'm going to say 6 on that play. We take a look up in the sky, Tom. There's that great harvest moon. Boy, you know what full moon in the playoffs means.
On a Friday night.
Oh, boy.
Especially around Halloween.
Right.
4 minutes left in the first quarter. West Catholic 21, Comstock Park 0. Been all West so far, but it's early. Here goes Donovan Cummings. He'll fake, and he'll go over the middle, in and out of the hands. Great play call for the Panthers. Tyler Brzezowski was open across the middle, Joe, but in and out of his hands, going to force Comstock Park into a punting situation again.
Yeah, and Brzezowski has been very good from that tight end spot. We saw earlier there was same play, but it was in front of the linebackers, and now from the tight end position, he went just behind the linebacking core in between the seam there and nearly had it. It was a quick pass, hard to handle.
Olszewski's back to receive the punt. Low drive kick. And that driving kick is going to go down to the 30-yard line, and that's where we'll come to rest. So West Catholic will have the ball as we're at the 3:38 mark here in the first. 21-0 is your score. All Falcons so far.
Absolutely. Hey, Lendering Tree Farm is located at 1401 House Street in Belmont. Take the family to Lendering Tree Farm this holiday season. Making memories really is what it's all about. You can cut your own Christmas tree or select a pre-cut. They've got food trucks, wagon rides, hot chocolate. You can roast marshmallow, meet Santa Claus. Just fun for everyone. Wreaths, free cuttings when you're there. And dogs are welcome. Visit their website at lenderingtreefarm.com, lenderingtreefarm.com for all the details. It's not a fart farm, okay? That's a stinky place.
Here goes Wickstrom. And he'll give it to DeBrune. He'll come over here on the near side. Got some space to run. Is dancing along the sidelines. Will get over the 40 down to the 44. A Freudian slip by Joe Sack. It'll be a first down by West Catholic.
We don't have any fun up here. I want to give a lot of credit to Ryer Snow. We have watched him blocking for the ball carriers and the receivers tonight. Did a great job. And West Catholic now on 1st and 10.
Low snap for Wickstrom. He's got out in the flats. Carter Perry stiff arms one guy still on his field and feet, and then he'll get pushed out of bounds. Short pickup on the play. We'll give him a pickup of 1 on the play. 2nd down and 9 for West.
Might have had a little bit of a slippery football right there, but a little bit of a low snap for Wickstrom. But he recovered, got that ball off to Perry, but lost about a second on there and allowed that defense. It really is.
You don't think a second's a lot. In football, a second's a lot. Trips left, 1 right Hand up the middle to DeBruin. No, fake to him. It'll be a pitch to Connor Olszewski. He's at the 50 down to the 45. He's got another West Catholic first down. So nice fake to DeBruin up the middle. Wickstrom rolls left, pitches out to Olszewski, and they've got a first down again.
And again, great blocking. Olszewski not afraid to go right in between his blockers. Doesn't run to the outside. I think that's a coaching thing, and it's worked very well for all the West Catholic ball carriers this year.
Great to see Olszewski do so well this year as a sophomore. Proved himself last year a little bit as a freshman. He's got a little taste of varsity action last year. Here goes a quick hitter out in the flats to Ryer Snow. Breaks a couple tackles, still on his feet, and he'll get kicked out of bounds. Every time Ryer Snow catches the ball, it seems like it's 20 yards.
Yeah, and what a great reward for all the blocking he's been doing on the field for everybody else. Nice pickup on the play. It's going to get down all the way to the 27-yard line. New set of downs for the Falcons. They're just moving.
Now, don't be surprised if they go right back to Snow. He's in single-man coverage here on the near side. Fake handoff. Here goes Wickstrom. He's out in the flats to Carter Peary, and it's going to fall incomplete. So 2nd and 10.
Yeah,
but I really like this matchup here, Joe, with Ryer Snow on the near side.
Sure.
1-on-1. Let's see what Wickstrom does.
Well, Wickstrom there had some pressure, too. Big 63 is a sophomore. Daniel Brandt was right in his face, and he kind of had to adjust that throw, and it was a little bit off and a little bit high. So credit to number 63 there, Daniel Brandt, for disrupting that.
Ethan Stern will go slot right as DeBruin gets the ball up the middle, and he just power drives himself all the way down to the 20, and then 4 Panthers converge on him and say, that's all you get, Charlie. Now, pickup of about 6 on the play.
I mean, that's
down to 4.
for any other running back, that's a gain of 3.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And not a gain of 6. And he had about 6 of the Panthers around him.
Mike Murphy comes in for DeBruin.
He'll good. It's a touchdown. It'll be a touchdown.
Right. 1 carry, 1 touchdown. Right. That's what we're used to, Mike. Nope. No. Not to him. Wickstrom goes out to Ryer Snow. That 1-on-1 that we just talked about. He's inside the 5, down to the 2. I knew that was coming.
Yeah. Single coverage.
I didn't see the playbook.
Yep. A little bit of size on there. He went for inside position. Ball was delivered well. And Ryer Snow doing it up at his wide receiver. And again, Tom, we see him in single coverage on the far side.
1st and goal. They're going to put the ball at the 4. Mike Murphy's going to be all off to the left of Wickstrom. They look to Landon Grove for the call. Shotgun formation. Here goes Murphy up the middle, and he's going to get in. Is he?
Touchdown.
Touchdown, West. Mike Murphy, all he does is score touchdowns.
All he does is score touchdowns. He's in there 2 plays. Hey, man, he's going to get it once, and he's going to score. So
I'll be a decoy for the first play, but then I want the ball.
Custom Caulking touchdown number 4, courtesy of Mike Murphy, taking it in from about, 3 yards out, was it, Tom?
4-yard touchdown run.
There you go.
Officially.
Yeah.
And here goes Landon Grove. Well, I shouldn't say officially. Officially comes from Steve Grooms.
There you go.
But the scoreboard said 4. So.
The official word is Steve Grooms. So West Catholic, with 47 seconds to go here in the first quarter, takes a commanding 28-0 lead on the Panthers of Comstock Park, having a real hard time getting their offense together, and defensively, it's just tough to stop these Falcons. So, yeah, Landon Smith has he's wearing out a shoe. I mean, between last week and this week, going to have to look to getting him a new kicking shoe.
Well, I tell you what, he's had so much practice this year. No wonder why he's hitting them deep. But 28 points here in the first quarter. Last week it was 37 in the first quarter. Gives you an idea of how dominant
it's not done. It's
was.
Not done.
That was 47 seconds. Here goes a low driving kick, and it's going to go out of bounds. So right up the middle, ball didn't get more than 10 yards up in the air, but nice hard kick through the end zone. 1st and 10 at the 20 for Comstock Park.
Tom, if you need to repair or replace your roof, choose Moore & Sons Roofing, where you don't just get a great roof. You get a great roofing experience, and the quality of craftsmanship that they invest in. Every roof is second to none in the industry. So, for all your roofing needs, choose Moore & Sons Roofing. They're an Owens Corning contractor. Here comes both teams out the line of scrimmage, and Comstock Park's going to get started on their 20-yard line.
So one back off to the left for Cummings. Now they're going to shift.
That's an interesting shift. They've done that a couple of times now.
And the referees blew the whistle and said, you can't do that. It's an interesting shift, but you can't do it. It's not a legal one.
Okay, so that was an interior lineman. I think that was the center, and he might have just moved the ball a little bit during that shift,
right.
And that's a big no-no. So it's going to be a 5-yard walk back. And now they'll have 1st and 15 to go. Again, 47 seconds till the end of the first quarter. Let's see if they do the same thing again. Same setup.
Yeah, Zach Borick in the backfield with Cummings. He'll be off to his left. 2 left, 2 right for Comstock Park. Now they'll shift and go 5 wide. Empty backfield for Cummings. Shotgun. He'll take it. Steps up in the pocket. He's under pressure, and he'll go down. Guess who it is? That's Wyatt Fredrickson.
Wyatt Fredrickson.
Talked to his dad coming in here tonight. He was so excited to be here. He wasn't able to come, I think, the last couple weeks. And so
he's got a sore back or something like that. But I'll tell you what, the kid's a beast.
He is.
Kid's a beast.
I mean,
and guess what? They're set up on the goal line right here. Call a timeout. Get a safety. Come on, coach.
Yeah, 2nd down. They're actually going to put the ball at the 3. So a little forward progress. So 2nd down and 27. You got to dig deep in the playbook. 2nd and 27. You can't get it all at once. Look for them to go over the middle here.
That's they're going to let the time expire here in the first quarter of play. West Catholic 28, Comstock Park 0. We're in pre-districts here, Division 5, first game for West Catholic. Number 1 rank in the state, number 1 point getter. And, we looked at this before. West Catholic would be high. I think they would be number 1 in Division 4 with that point total. And they would be, I didn't do the calculations here this week, definitely high in 3. In the last calculation, they would have been 19. They would have qualified at 19th in Division 1. So that, that just tells you who they're playing, strength of schedule, and the success that they've had. Fantastic. Hey, we want to sad note tonight, passing of Jim Geerling. Jim Geerling, lifelong parishioner at St. Anthony's and big supporter of West Catholic, sent all his kids through. I knew 2 of his sons. They were twins and passed away this afternoon. So our prayers along to the family, the Geerling family. Awesome people, and our heartfelt goes out to them. So
heartfelt condolences for sure.
So we take a look. Comstock Park, boy, they're deep.
We're going to flip the field, and Comstock Park's going to go right to left on your radio dial. And again, MHSA rules, we can't show audio and can't show video with our audio tonight.
Oh, now we've got a illegal procedure on Comstock Park. That's going to take it halfway to the goal line, which will be about the 1-yard line.
Yep, go for the.
They didn't need that one.
3 to the 1.5. So it'll be 2nd down and 28.5.
Yeah. What a beautiful night out tonight, Tom.
This is perfect for football.
Yeah.
I mean, when you were a player, this is the perfect temperature. Cummings is going to be in shotgun formation. He's by himself. He's got a pass over the middle. He's got a receiver there breaking a tackle at the 5 up to the 9. This number 22, Easton Hood. So we'll get a little bit of that back, Joe. But it'll be 3rd and about 20.
That's that same little cut, right across in front of the linebacking core. Nice delivery by Cummings. And that gets them a little bit of leeway here, gets them out of the shadow of the goal line. But it brings up 3rd down, and looks like about 22 or 23.
Yeah, they're going to call it 22. Great job by that West Catholic defense. So, of course, Comstock Park, we're going to go 4 wide. Here goes Cummings. He's under pressure, and he just throws it away.
He was in the end zone, and
But he had a receiver there.
Yeah,
though.
he did have a receiver there, and he was outside the tackles. Was not in the grasp yet, so that's not going to result in a safety.
Under tremendous pressure in the end zone.
But it is going to bring the punt unit out, and I'm sure their punter is going to be in the end zone.
Yeah, because even if he was taking a direct snap, he'd be in the end zone.
Do you send everybody?
So, no. No, I don't think you do. You go with the short field again. Your offense has been playing really well. You don't want to running into the kicker at this point for an automatic first down. So let's see what they do. Here comes the snap. Here comes the kick. And good kick, fielded by Olszewski.
Oh, he's got a chance here.
On the far sideline. He's got plenty of room to run all the way down to the 20 already. Still on his feet, breaks a couple tackles, and he gets down to about the 17. Nice job by Olszewski.
Yeah, within about 5-6 yards of the line of scrimmage. So a line kick, and he had a lot of room and certainly had a chance. He was looking for the end zone on that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. When it's a low-driving kick like that and not real long kick, it doesn't give that defense enough time to get down there for coverage. So Olszewski really didn't encounter any pressure until he was like 15 to 20 yards upfield.
Yeah, so if you're just joining us, 10:55 to go here in the first half. We're in the second quarter. West Catholic on top of Comstock Park, 28-0.
Ball's going to be all the way down to the 15. DeBruyn's going to be taking the ball up the middle, dances his way, still on his feet, breaks the tackle. He's into the end zone, standing up. Touchdown, West!
Great run by Charlie DeBruyn.
Just danced his way through the middle, Joe. What a pretty run by Charlie DeBruyn.
Yeah, spun to get himself off the first would-be tackler and just wiggled his way into the end zone, crossed the plane, and now West Catholic up 34-0, pending the PAT attempt by Landon Smith. The snap, the hold, the kick. It's up and it's good, and we've got a 35-0 lead now.
If West Catholic were my father's old station wagon, I had 8 cylinders.
Yeah,
it's firing on all 8 cylinders.
On all 8. Boy, it sure is. Man, oh man.
Hey, give us a text, 616-262-9270, 616-262-9270. Let us know you're out there listening tonight.
Yeah, Ostapoviches, they're already in. Hey, Dan, Nancy, nice. You guys great. 85-degree day down there. It's about 61 or 62 here. It's really kind of nice. And they played 18 holes today. They got dinner, and now they're listening to us. They say, go West. Thanks for listening to you guys. And, yeah, big continuation here on that. And want to say hi to, I think it's Margot Gagnon.
Here goes the kick, and that's going to be fielded at the 1-yard line by Comstock Park, but he put a foot in the end zone. So you can't even have 1 foot in the end zone, otherwise it's a touchback.
Yeah.
So that back foot is Comstock Park fielded it. That was number 4, Gabe Rodriguez.
Yeah, pretty critical.
Junior, but it'll be a touchback for CP.
Yeah, I want to say hi to Don Gregory. I think he's up north. Probably started off in his deer blind, and so I want to say hi to him. And family friends of the DeBruyns. Yes, the running clock rule will be in effect. 35 points after the half, but 50 in the first half. So
Cummings brings the offense out on the field as the linebackers, Ryer Snow and Charlie DeBruyn.
We got a whistle, and I think they're going to replace the ball to the near hash.
Okay.
And
they didn't like that other hash.
They didn't like the other hash.
Watch the pressure with West Catholic. You've got the linebackers cheating in near the line of scrimmage. Empty backfield for Cummings. 3 down linemen for West. But it looks like they're coming. So here goes a fake and trying to get the ball over the middle, but it'll be knocked down incomplete as they're trying to go over the middle to Spencer Dokel.
Yeah, big Josh Mitchell got his hand up. There was a little bit of a low delivery going to Spencer Dokel. Josh Mitchell was there to knock that one down. So no gain on the play. Will be set up the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 now.
Comstock Park going right to left on your radio dial here. They've got their white uniforms, their gold helmets, green numbers on their jerseys. Cummings will have one back in the backfield with him. He'll roll left, looking downfield, try to juke a couple West Catholic players out, but nice job by West Catholic as a couple other defenders converge on him. Small pickup of a play, maybe one. They'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Panthers.
And Charlie DeBruyne came in, slowed him down initially, but then help arrived in the form of David Brittenfeld and took the receiver down, gain of 1 on the play. Now 3rd and long. Boy, the Panthers just having a hard time getting anything going.
They really are, and they're really trying a lot. They've got 3 receivers stacked right now, 1 in isolation here on the near side left. Cummings, shotgun formation as usual. He'll step up. He's got a receiver out of the backfield and falls incomplete. He tries to get it to Ever Benitez out of the backfield, but just overshot him a little bit. Just doing that little running back curl out of the backfield.
Yeah, he was running more towards the sideline, and it looked like Cummings was leading him a little bit, and turning was just out of reach. That's going to bring the punting unit out once again. And Connor Olszewski will be back at the 45-yard line. And
here
here's
comes the kick, almost blocked.
Nice one, though.
High kick, though. This time Olszewski will call a fair catch. Nice height on that, and that allowed that defensive unit for Comstock Park to get back in there, and so no return for Olszewski.
Yeah, hey, fall's the perfect time to create the beautiful landscape you've been wanting around your home, and Shaner Avenue Nursery is the team you need to help make this project a reality. Kristen Perez, proud West Catholic parent from Shaner Avenue Nursery, will meet and design the look you want to make your home the envy of the neighborhood. So just contact Shaner Avenue Nursery and Kristen Perez at 616-293-7228.
Wickstrom comes up. He's got 1 left, 2 right. Ethan Sterner will shift and go right. Here's a hand up the middle to DeBruyne. He gets about 5 yards down field. In Comstock Park, a couple guys will converge on him. It'll be 2nd down and 5 for West as they cross midfield of Comstock Park. Again, great field position. 47 of Comstock Park.
Yeah, West Catholic's line is already set. Receivers and backs getting the play call.
Yeah, they don't waste any time offensively, do they? Ethan Sterner will shift right to left. Here goes Wickstrom on the near side to Carter Perry. He tries to dance his way on the the near side here, and then he goes back into the middle, and he'll run into a host of Panthers. That's a pack of Panthers there.
A pack of Panthers.
So he'll lose a few on the play. It'll bring up probably 3rd and 9 for West now on the loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, he tried to reverse his field, went right back
reverse.
Found another wall there.
$10 if you know who sang that song.
What was that again?
Reverse. Come on, you know that song.
No, I don't know.
It's a dance song.
Okay.
Oh, you need to
I
get
don't
out
dance.
to dance clubs.
I don't dance. Yeah, I do.
Your listeners.
Reverse. The only reverse I know is in Uno.
Roll right for Wickstrom. He's got plenty of time. Now he rolls left. He's going to tuck it and run on the far side down to the 40, and he'll get pushed out at the 35. Nice job by Alec Wickstrom. We said this in the pregame, Joe. Alec knows how to take care of the ball. He's not going to force the issue. Only 1 interception on the year. He proved it there and picked up a West Catholic first down.
Yeah, and all his focus was on the near side of the field, that half of the field, which drew his defenders over, and that far side was wide open. He took advantage of that, headed down, and nice gain on the play and a new set of downs.
DeBruyne off to the right, low snap for Wickstrom. He gets it. He's over here to the near side to Ryer Snow. He'll shake off a tackler. He's at the 25, still on his feet, until 4 Panthers pull him down at the 24. Nice job by Ryer Snow.
Well, he's just slippery. He's hard to bring down, does some spins in there, and just nobody can really get a hold of him.
Another first down. All he does is catch long balls or first downs.
First downs.
I mean, it's one of the two, right?
He's a heck of a blocker tonight, too.
Ball all the way down to the 23 of the Panthers. Here goes Wickstrom. He's back. He's got a receiver over the middle and in and out of his hands.
Boy, it looked like there was a little bit of a collision between the two. And nice coverage there by 18. That's Landon Gregory Hamilton.
Yeah.
Kind of looked like they got tangled up, but he ran off the field. He's holding his hand.
So that fell incomplete about the 5-yard line to Carter Perry. As Carter Perry will stay wide left along with Ryer Snow. On the near side, Olszewski will be with Cole Bauer. Olszewski will go in motion, jet sweep. He'll get it. He's going to try to turn the corner. Can he do it? He'll cut it back inside, still on his feet. Nice cut by Olszewski. He'll pick up about 5 on the play. Nice job by Connor. It'll bring up 3rd and about 5 for West.
Hey, he cut it upfield, had a good amount of blocking, but there's some Panthers that were in pursuit, and he did a little dance and prance, but not bad. Pickup of about 5. This is going to bring up 3rd down 5 for the Falcons. We are at the 6:55 mark in the second quarter.
Bruin off to the right of Wickstrom and shotgun. Wickstrom gets it. He rolls right. He's looking downfield into the end zone, but no, actually at the 5-yard line, he had number 5, Carter Perry, overshoots him. And then he'll bring up 4th down. Now,
and Donovan Cummings. Call. Well, yeah, interesting call. I think this is something that you go for. I think you hand it to Charlie DeBruin. Yeah. The way your defense is playing right now.
You know what? I'm only going to disagree with you only for the fact that I think it's important to give your field goal kicker, some experience. We have only kicked 1 or 2 field goal attempts the entire year.
1? So. How about 1?
1. There you go. Wickstrom. Shotgun, looking over the middle, and incomplete.
Okay, look at poor Alec. He's standing there going, oh, I don't know where I threw that one. He's just like,
yeah, he's like, it's on me. It's on me.
One's on me. We see a little bit of rain now coming down across the field under the lights here, so that's going to dampen things up a little bit and maybe slick up that football, maybe slick up the field a little bit. But
not real heavy though.
No, not bad, but I don't want to be out in it. Do you? We're inside.
No, we're good.
It's warm and dry.
Bring my umbrella.
Want to say hi to Andy and Lisa Sack. They're listening, I'm sure. Judy Sack. Russ and Ann Peters. We appreciate you guys listening. Appreciate everything you've done here.
Cummings gets it. He'll hand it up over the middle. And trying to break a couple tackles there.
Hey, Laura Franzak Van Buren and Kevin Van Buren are listening down in Florida. Good to hear from you guys, and hope you're recovering from last year's big hurricane. And what was that last year? Or was that 2 years ago already?
Right.
I know it was pretty tough for them down there. Laura, good friend and classmate of mine. Nice to hear from you guys.
Brzezowski will actually lose a yard on that play, so that'll bring up 2nd and 11 for the Panthers as they trail 35-0, 6:01 left here until half. Here goes Cummings looking on the far side. He's got a receiver out there on the far sideline after about a 4-yard pickup is Christian Robinson. He'll get kicked out of bounds on the far side of the field to bring up 3rd down. We'll call it 3rd and 6 for Comstock Park.
Hey, remember halftime on our West End Body halftime show, we're going to have West Catholic President CEO Jill Annable up here, and she's going to highlight a few things, the recent awards, the Falcon Awards banquet, yeah. And some other things, and some upcoming masses. So it'll be nice to visit with her, and then of course scores and stats by Steve Grooms.
Trips left, 1 right for Comstock Park as they go right to left here in the second quarter. Here goes Cummings. He gets chased out of the pocket on the left side. He's got a receiver over the middle. It'll be completed.
Ball
goes out. Going to be picked up. That's by number 4.
Who else? Gabe Schwieters.
Fumble recovery by Gabe Schwieters.
Nice grab. That was the tight end. That was Tyler Brzezowski. And, we saw that play earlier in the first quarter, but he took a tremendous hit.
Oh, big hit.
Ball was separated from him, and Mr. Opportunist, Gabe Schwieters, scooped that one up and got it to the 33-yard line. So West Catholic's offense comes right back out onto the field at the 5:41 mark. So they went through a few defensive plays, gets the ball back, and Alec Wickstrom is going to want to strike here rapidly.
Wickstrom will send Perry and Ryer Snow off to the right on the near side. Ethan Stoner will go slot left. DeBruin and Wickstrom look and get the call from Landon Grove.
Rain still coming down, Tom.
DeBruin up the middle. Now he's going to bounce it outside. He's at the 15 down to the 13. Nice run by Charlie DeBruin. He'll pick up 10 on the play, move the chains. First down for the Falcons.
Tackle by Kendrick Castillo-Perez came from his linebacker position, and but a nice gain by Charlie.
Charlie will go I formation now directly behind Wickstrom. Wickstrom with the hard count. Comstock Park does not jump. He'll send 2 left, 1 right. Cole Bauer here on the near side, one-on-one. Let's see what he does there. Hand off to DeBruin up the middle. Huge hole. Breaks the tackle. Gets down to the 10-yard line. So breaks one ankle tackle, and then he got tripped up at the 10. It'll be first and goal for West.
That was a wicked hit to the side of the leg that Charlie took, and he went down in a hurry there.
So first and goal, ball's at the 9. Charlie DeBruin up the middle again. Stiff arms one guy. He's at the 5. Plows into the end zone. Touchdown West. Charlie DeBruin with a 9-yard touchdown run.
Custom caulking touchdown number 2 for Charlie DeBruin tonight. And boy, did he run nice route. Was right at the hash marks until he got to about the 8-yard line. Cut it to the outside, and there was a block being made to their number 4, Gabe Rodriguez. And that was all that was separating those two from the end zone, and Charlie made him pay.
He did.
He rolled right over him.
Here goes Landon Smith. Here goes the kick, and it's up, and it's good, and it's 42-0 at the 4:47 mark of the second quarter.
Hey, Duba & Duba attorneys at law with law offices inside the Amway Grand Plaza Hotel. The Dubas specialize on business transaction, mergers and acquisitions, real estate, and estate planning. A true West Catholic family of students, coaches, boosters, and volunteers. Let Duba & Duba attorneys at law help with all your legal needs. And by Padgett Business Services, your small business experts for tax prep, bookkeeping, and payroll. Don't have your tax prep and accounting be a coin toss. Leave it to Padgett Business Services to get it right. Hey, Falcon fans, visit Padgett online at PBSGR. That's PBSGR. And thanks to Mark Davey and his great staff at Padgett. They're located on Lake Michigan Drive right next to Mr. Berger. You know, Landon Smith's got to have a sore foot already.
Here goes the kick, end over end. Short kick will be fielded at the 16 and fair caught. Now that's interesting.
Well, he grabbed it, but he put his knee down in catching the ball. That was Christian Robinson. I don't know if he intended to do that. He had a little bit of running room in front of him, but down the ball nonetheless at about the 16-yard line. So, hey, we take a look around the scores here. West Ottawa holding pretty tight against Rockford, 14-6, and they are in the second quarter.
Now I mean, that would be
West Ottawa is really Pat Collins, and he's a relative of one of my nephews, and he's got the momentum, and well, they got the stadium over there that's just amazing. But he's quite a coach, and he's going to do a tremendous job, I think, with West Ottawa in the coming years.
Empty backfield for Cummings. Trips right, 2 on the near side left. Now the wide receivers will go in a tighter formation. Here goes Cummings. He looks to his right. Getting chased out of the pocket. He's going to tuck it and run on the far side. He got plenty of room to run up there. He's going to get all the way up to about the 30 or so. He's got a first down for Comstock Park. Actually going to mark him at the 32.
Boy, I'll tell you what, he showed a lot of speed right there, getting around, breaking contain, and getting downfield. Big hit between he and Connor Olszewski. But a new set of downs for the Panthers as we get to the 4:37 mark. Grand Rapids Catholic Central 28, Benton Harbor 0.
Benton Harbor just snuck into the playoffs.
Yeah.
So Catholic Central playing in the South District. Shotgun formation, empty backfield for Comstock Park. Fake on the jet sweep. Cummings will keep it, go over to the right side. And he's looking to break contain. He does, but he'll get pushed out of bounds, maybe after 1 yard gain. Really no room to run out there for him. Nice job by West. 2nd down and 9 for the Panthers.
Yeah, we look across the field. Rain's coming down a little bit harder now, probably twice the rate it was coming down when we first saw it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is going to wet things down. Yeah, the umbrellas are coming out and the ponchos.
Empty backfield for Comstock Park. Shotgun formation for Cummings. He'll get it. Looks over the middle. Real quick hitter. Got a receiver there in and out of his hands at the 40. So falls incomplete as he was looking to go to
that was Perez, I think.
Yes,
yeah,
it was.
7 versus 7 there. Connor Olszewski with the big hit right at the moment the ball was in the receiver's hands, and that hit separated it. So here comes another 3rd and long for the Panthers. Muskegon 14, Forest Hills Northern nothing. Hudsonville 14, Granville 7. That's a big one right there.
That one's a good game. That's a really good game. 2 right, 2 left for the Panthers. They'll bring in their tight end, tight on the left side. Cummings, empty backfield, jet sweep fake. Cummings goes over the middle. He's got a receiver there, Tyler Brzezowski, and he's got a 1st down for the Panthers. Nice play for Comstock Park. They're moving the chains.
Yeah, Brzezowski, good hands there. Last time he ran that same route, took a big hit and coughed that ball up, and that was the recovery there by Schwieters.
Be sure to stick with us at halftime. We'll have the president CEO, Jill Annabelle. He's got some great news to share with everyone, as she always does. 2 left, 1 right for the Panthers. 3 down linemen again for Wester, and then 34. Fake left and going right, and he's got a wide receiver out there on the far side of the field. That's number 23, Zach Borick. He's got another Panther 1st down. Now they're moving the chains.
And they're in West Catholic territory. Maybe they needed a little rainfall to help them out.
You know, the quick the quick hitters is what's working tonight for Comstock Park.
Yeah, West Catholic defenders are playing quite a bit off the line of scrimmage. I think you're going to see them tighten this up here a little bit.
And it looks like they are on cue.
Rain really coming down now.
Robinson in the backfield. Cummings and shotgun, and he'll get hit. He'll go down. Oh, he took a big hit.
Man, oh, man, what a hit.
Ryer Snow just unloaded. Wow. I don't know how he kept on.
I don't know how he had the ball. He had it up, and it was in the throwing position, and it was a blindside hit. And, I mean, it was delivered. So credit to Cummings for just not coughing the ball up as we see the rain coming down in sheets now.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 18 for the Panthers. Cummings will go empty backfield. He'll take the snap, steps up in the pocket. He'll roll to the left. Now he's telling his receiver to go, and he's just going to tuck it and run. On the near sideline, he'll get kicked out of bounds at the 33. So he'll pick up about 12, Joe. That'll bring up 3rd down and 8 for the Panthers now. Clock will stop with 2:13 left. West Catholic up 42-0.
Again, nothing initially for Cummings to throw to. And he had the wherewithal to come to the near sideline where he had a lot of open room. Kept directing his receivers. You could see he was trying to get somebody open, and finally pushed out of bounds by Connor Olszewski.
Zach Borick be on the near side, 1-on-1. Cummings will have Perez off to his left. Now he'll go out there. So 5 wide receivers for Comstock Park. Stepping up in the pocket and going down. So Cummings will go down. Quarterback sack. Boy, he was under pressure from all sides.
Yeah, loss of about 8 there. It's going to bring up 4th down now. And we're inside of 2 minutes. Clock is rolling.
Josh Mitchell, he's always around. When you talk sacks, it seems like Josh Mitchell's always around. Him and Brettenfeld were both in on the tackle there.
It was kind of a warm rain, too, isn't it?
It is.
It's really coming down.
Which I prefer.
Take a look at the lights, Tom. Holy cow.
Look at it. It is coming down. Castillo Perez will shift over to the left of Cummings. He's the senior running back. Low snaps on the ground, and he just covers it.
Yeah.
So Donovan Cummings couldn't get it. That was fourth down. He just covered it. Now, interesting, he just covered it, but as a fourth down, you almost just hate.
If somebody picks it up, you're there to tackle him. But yeah, he was in a panic situation. I'm sure he heard footsteps, and the clock was ticking. So
unfortunate for Comstock Park because they were really moving the ball really well, but they shoot themselves in the foot there, and West Catholic will take over at the 120 mark.
So looking to get into the end zone again, and if they do, they'll be a point away with the extra point from a 50-point.
Charlie DeBruyn's in I formation behind Wickstrom. They kind of like to go to that I formation. He'll get it, go to the left side. He's at the 50, the 45, the 40. Down to the 35 where he'll get kicked out of bounds.
Good hard run. Another great block out there by Ryder Snow. West Catholic's in their hurry up. Clock's ticking at 1:08.
Here goes a low snap. Wickstrom will roll right. He's got Ryder Snow here on the near side. He'll catch him out the 27, cut it inside, and be flipped down at the 20.
So that's going to stop the clock until the sticks get set and the ball gets set. It's going to be right at the 20-yard line, so in the red zone. And here come the Falcons.
Hand up over the right side to Bruin. He's at the 15, the 10, puts his head down, spins, and he's in for the end zone for a touchdown. Charlie DeBruyn with a 20-yard touchdown run.
Did a great job there at about the 3-yard line. Was going to get tackled. Ducked his head down to take a hit, but then spun.
Did a little ballerina.
Did a little bit of a ballerina. And then lunged into the end zone for his third score, I think, of the half.
Right.
And now it's West Catholic 48, Comstock Park nothing with 38 seconds to go. And here comes Landon Smith for the extra point attempt. Here's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and it's good. And West Catholic now 49 and Comstock Park 0. Hey, if you're considering West Catholic for your students, sign them up for a WC Shadow Day. On West Catholic Shadow Day, 8th graders and potential transfers are paired with a West Catholic student to experience a day in the life by sitting in on a few classes, eating in the lunchroom, and meeting future classmates. Your child will get a first-hand look at what they will experience during their time at West Catholic. Visit grwestcatholic.org/admissions for more information to sign up. And I know my son Riley did that. Riley did that with, doggone it. The family brought all 3 kids here. I'll come up with a name here in a minute.
Here goes the kick by Landon Smith with the 49-0 lead. Kick will be short, be fielded at the 20. Comstock Park will bring it up to the near sideline, up to the 28, and getting kicked out of bounds there. So, nice job there.
Yeah, Colin Hunter, boy, a really nice tackle. He actually went to try to knock that ball out, saw his arm swing, and he was hunting for a fumble there. So 33 seconds to go, Comstock Park ball. That'll be spotted about 29-yard line, and this is where they're going to try definitely their last series of the first half. And again, join us here at halftime for our West End Body halftime show. West Catholic President CEO Jill Annable will be joining us. She's got some neat things to tell us in the week, and Comstock Park's just going to get into victory formation. They want to get into the locker room and discuss this first half. And, oh, no, it's a little bit of a fake, and
it didn't go anywhere.
It didn't go anywhere. It actually went backwards. They lost yards on it.
Good try on the fake.
But still 22 seconds to go. That was interesting.
It sure
I think it was a direct snap to number 20, and that's Logan Whidden. A little bit of a sneaky play there.
They'll lose 4 on the play. 2nd down and 14, and that's the end of the first half.
So 49-0 is your score, and we'll be anticipating here the second half. But in the meantime, I'm gonna
51-0.
Give Tom's seat away to Jill, and Tom, you can have a moment if you.
Well, actually, we could probably bring up another chair. Maybe we'll do that.
Oh, we can do that.
Hold on one moment.
Okay. Oh, nice. Jill, let's get you a headset here. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, it started light, and then it just increased, and it looks like it stopped just in time for the band, which is great.
Can we go here?
Actually, you know what?
Yeah, that way you can stay in your
there
spot.
There we go.
Whoop. Whoop, whoop. There you go. Then I can slide up behind you.
Perfect.
Here we go. Oops, sorry.
There we go. Thank you, Steve Grooms.
Stevie. All right.
So let's cut over to Jill here.
There you go,
Tom.
here.
There we go. Hey, we're on.
We're on.
How are you? How's
Welcome
your fall
back.
been? Yeah, welcome back.
Good, thanks.
It's
I
been
love
so
being
long.
up here.
I mean, last year we
I
saw you a
know.
lot, and we've missed you this year. And then you said, you know what? I'm going to come back and talk
I
to Tom
know.
and Joe.
I saw you earlier in the season, but it's been a few. I mean, it's been a few weeks, and it's been nice. I mean, now we're in playoffs, so it's kind of fun.
It really is.
I know. I'm just trying to stay up here where it's dry. It started to pour a few minutes ago, so
yeah, she doesn't really want to
it's all
talk to
good.
us. Yeah,
I always want to talk to you guys. We have great stuff going on. So
yeah, we did. It's been
time.
a big week, hasn't it?
I know. We're all a little tired, so I'm glad that we're really ahead. We're having a nice night because we had a busy week with Falcon Award Night on Wednesday, and that was fun.
Yes, I had a chance to go there, and we saw each other there, and what a wonderful night. I mean, for people that were just well deserving of their awards, and maybe you'll talk a little bit more about that with Miles Schmidt and Steve Norder and Father John Valier and Mike Mulder. I mean, it was just a fantastic night. And as I sat there and listened, I wanted to take those snippets. You probably did too, those audio snippets, and go, oh my gosh. And when Steve Norder,
I know.
His words were just outstanding.
He did a great job. He was it's so funny to award people, and they're really humble. So I remember calling Father John Valier, and he's like, no, you don't want it. And I'm like, no, Father John, you don't realize how many people you've impacted.
Yes.
And then Steve Norder had the same response. He said, well, what have I done? What have, and then he got up and said these beautiful things about the faith life of himself, of his friends, of everyone who surrounded him, his family, and then having no regrets, making the sacrifice to have his kids come through while being a business owner. And he and Miles Schmidt really bonded on that topic. Later in the night, they were talking to each other about how all the risks you take with your finances as business owners, and how they never regretted the pennies, every penny that they went toward West Catholic. So that was really fun.
Steve's such a genuine guy, and Tom, you told me, because you attended, and about the humility portion of it, and how when you come to West Catholic, you leave and you're a humble person. It teaches you a lot of humility.
Yeah, he just had those great words. He's like, if you come to West Catholic, chances are you're going to be humble. Chances are you're going to have a giving spirit.
Yeah.
Chances are you're going to succeed in life. I mean, all these things were, and both of us certainly know that with our children attending West too. And it's all about giving your children the best chance to succeed in life. And it is. It's about, there's no guarantee, right? but the chances are really, really good.
Right, and we heard multiple times that night how the West Catholic candidate for a job always wins over the others, and it made me think of Steve Norder used to work for my dad over on the west side at Ballpark Party Store, the store my dad owned.
Wow.
And that whole hardworking, roll up your sleeves and hire the Catholic kids to run the place is exactly now we're passing on these generations of values and anyway. Everyone wants to hire a Falcon, so it's really a good thing.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, the big news that came out of the night, though, is that Mike Mulder was our fourth awardee. He has been a longtime teacher at West, and we got to launch. Big surprise, someone in the crowd said they would love to open up the Mulder Scholarship. So we've had 31 named scholarships for kids who are at West Catholic to offset their tuition costs, and now we get to launch scholarship number 32 in the name of Mike Mulder. So we don't know the criteria of that next, but if we can get it fully funded really quickly, which I am hopeful that we can do, then we'll start awarding that next year.
Great. And these will be an endowed scholarship?
Endowed scholarships, which is going on forever. So his legacy as a former teacher, Lifetime Achievement Award means that there will always be a student who gets a Mike Mulder scholarship while they attend West Catholic.
That's wonderful.
I'm going to tell you that it's really meaningful for a family when you have a legacy scholarship like that. I know with our daughter Peyton, when we had one at Aquinas, it just just means so much when people contribute to that scholarship and say, you know what, we care about you, we want that name to be alive for generations to come. Yeah. And it's just awesome. So well-deserving.
That's been the most interesting thing for me to describe to our international students, the ones who live in my house and elsewhere, because they don't realize that generosity and giving back is just part of this community. And they say, well, what do you mean that these scholarships, so kids are here on a scholarship because someone else paid? I said, yeah, that's what we do. So it's pretty cool to share that with someone who didn't grow up here.
Part of the giving spirit. And Mike Mulder was, I can't imagine how many thousands of students he had. I was one of them. He was a blast. We were talking about it earlier in the show. And the dry sense of humor. And he's a towering guy. And the practical jokes and the pranks that he would play on the students during the dissection weeks.
Putting the pearls in the clamshells, and I don't know if like a Snickers bar in a cat's stomach or whatever. All those things that he did with the kids.
I was so scared of those dissections, though. I remember having to break the ribs of the frog, and I was like, "Oh, this is not for me. I am not going to go study science." But I didn't realize till later how much we did in science class at West Catholic because elsewhere they're not doing it. So it's very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I certainly didn't do that when I was in high school, but then fetal pig in college. I knew at that point, I'm probably not cut out for science. I'm cut out to do something else. There's a reason why I've got a desk job.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, that was a fantastic awards night, and we appreciate everything else. And a little over a week ago, was Experience West Night. Am I correct?
Yes, and we had a huge crowd at Experience West Night. That's when we have middle school students come in and tour the school with their families. And we had, it was definitely over 100 families. We had tons of walk-ins. And so it was a beautiful, beautiful night and lots of happy people as they walked through and saw all the little parts and pieces of becoming a West Catholic family.
Isn't that wonderful? I mean, just to open that up and just this is what we can do for you, right? And to have 100 families to have that resonate. So you know what? I want to learn more about West. What a great night.
Yeah, it was great. A few weeks before that, we did a financial planning event here too, and it was standing room only when we did that night because, and I thought, oh no, all these people are going to need extra aid. But what I realized when we analyzed the numbers from the last few years is that it's a pretty stabilized number. It's something we can definitely do because we have great donors. So now we're at about 40% of our student body does have some layer of financial aid, and people just want to understand how to do that process. Right. So we have tons of information on our website now. We have a video of all that content on there too, and those deadlines are coming up. So for families who are considering coming in as a transfer for next year or with an 8th grader, that process, the first round of financial aid is happening at the beginning of December. And if you would like your chance at one of those named scholarships, that deadline is a very harsh deadline of December 22nd, because over break, our committee all gets together to figure out who's going to get which scholarship. And there's always hundreds of applicants, and we only get to name so many.
Don't wait for the holidays for this.
No.
So you've got a little less than 2 months. to get all your stuff in. Don't delay.
Yes.
Don't delay. Be part of that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, it's an important message, right? That we don't want West Catholic to be out of reach. We want you. If you want a West Catholic education, we want to find a way to get you
We
here.
will not turn anyone away. I don't think people realize that. I'm looking out at Comstock Park thinking I want every one of those kids to consider joining us because the whole community will embrace a new family. We've had tons of transfer students too, by the way.
Yeah.
This year, we looked at every student body has new kids in it all the way through. So the community is starting to realize that transferring in as a sophomore, junior, senior, we still do that.
Yeah, sure.
And we've had, just an uptick. So the freshman class actually has been growing. Every year it grows. Our senior class is bigger than the freshman class.
Isn't that amazing? Last year, Bernie Van Arsdale, his son was the quarterback here last year.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he went to Aquinas, and his wife went to Aquinas. And, of course, myself being there for 30 years and being an ancient guy that was around there forever, it was interesting talking to him because he said, you know what, I could not be happier that my son is here. Even though he's a senior in his first year here, he goes, I have felt the love for the West Catholic community from day one. And to make that kind of commitment that late in your education, you're like, what is this going to be like? And he's like, this was the best decision we've ever made as a family.
Yeah, and the student body is a very accepting student body. They invite kids in. It shouldn't be a scary experience. They're brought into the fold and made to feel comfortable almost immediately, and it's it says a lot about the school and how it's run.
Right.
Yeah.
And with a school our size, nearly 85% of the student body is involved in something at all times. So it's not just being a part of a student body. It's also you're embracing these smaller families. You're the band kids, the ski team, there's
robotics.
So many, the robotics. Oh, I just got to know the robotics team these last couple of weeks, and I have really enjoyed them too. So it's been so fun to see the kind of the subculture within the school too.
We'd like to see by the end of the playoffs. You'd like to see a robot that you've made.
That I've made. No. They're letting my son tag
Put the
along.
challenge out there.
No. They're letting my 9-year-old son tag along once in a
nice.
while, and he's really enjoying learning from them and what those robots are doing. So
It's a robot
That's
mascot.
awesome.
robot mascot. Yeah, sure.
Is a robot water boy?
Yeah, Falcon. We can make a Falcon out of
I
it.
like
Oh,
that.
Why not?
That's great.
Yeah.
Some masses coming up.
Couple things coming up. The Alumni Memorial Mass. I don't want anyone to miss this one. It's on Monday, November 6th. So, All Souls Day as we celebrate this, kind of this coming up. It's on November 6th at 7 p.m. It's in our chapel here at school, the St. Maria Goretti Chapel. This is in remembrance of any students, faculty, and alumni who've passed away over the years. Okay. It's a beautiful Mass. And then also on Veterans Day, that's being observed on Friday, November 10th, we have our 10:20 a.m. Mass in the competition gym. If any vets want to come and celebrate Mass with us, they can also stay for a small luncheon, which is great. Also that morning, so the morning of Friday, November 10th, we are going to have our choir on Fox 17.
Okay.
And then the next day on Saturday the 11th, we will have our band marching in the Grand Rapids Veterans Day Parade.
Nice.
So lots of activity.
And it's real special because Bishop Wachowiak, he says the Mass, and I've been to it a couple of times. It's touching. It's really nice.
Yeah, he was here when we did Mass on the All A's Walk Day. These kids raised $97,000. That's awesome.
Hello?
Wow.
Yeah, we gave them an $80,000 goal. Last year they brought in $67,000, and this year we talked a lot to the students about stewardship, about giving back, about the generations who have supported this school, and the student body, without any adult help, raised $97,000. So they did it themselves, which was really good.
That is incredible, and just that giving spirit, right?
Yeah.
Stephen Order said, chances are when you leave West Catholic, you're going to leave with a giving spirit because you are just. It's embodied in what you guys do.
Yeah, it's been great.
Boy, that's
awesome. That really is.
Well, we appreciate. Hey, we've got some other things. Tennis team has done a phenomenal job here recently.
They have. I don't know stats in front of me.
I've seen a
You're putting me on the spot with sports stats.
Just seeing some of the things that have taken place on Facebook.
On top of them being successful, the parents are also loving the courts. So on Friday mornings, they're out here playing pickleball. So there's just everyone is using these courts in a crazy way.
I didn't know they're painted
Friday
for
morning.
pickleball.
Yeah. Friday morning. They're painted for pickleball, and parents and alumni, they're all coming out on Friday mornings. But the students did do well in their season. I just don't have stats in front of me. Sorry about it.
No, that's all right.
Gotcha.
No.
Well, hey, we thank you so much for being here.
Thanks.
Always, you're a blast, and the energy you bring. I say that every time. There's this level of energy that you bring to this whole thing.
You know, when we all love it here. You're all here too every game. So thanks for being here, and thanks for supporting everything happening here in Falcon Stadium.
And hopefully a nice long run through the playoffs.
Yeah.
So we'll bring you back up here.
Just the beginning.
Again.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thanks so much. That's Jill Annabelle, President and CEO of West Catholic. Always a blast having her up here in the press box. We appreciate you being with us.
Always. Thanks, Jill.
And we are going to look over the stats here as we take a look at the stats from Steve Grooms in what was all West Catholic. 49-0 West Catholic. They started the first quarter last week against Fruitport 37-0. This week they tacked on 28 in the first quarter. Second quarter they put up 21 while shutting out Comstock Park. The scoring, Charlie DeBruin, 55-yard run. Carter Perry had a 70-yard run. Nolan Reinhart with a 38-yard interception return. Mike Murphy, all he does is score touchdowns. He had a 4-yard run. Charlie DeBruin followed up with 3 more touchdown runs. 15-yarder, 9-yarder, and a 20-yard run in the second quarter. So 4 touchdowns for Charlie DeBruin on the night. 10 carries, 172 yards. Yes, he's averaging 17 yards a carry. Carter Perry had 1 touch for 70 yards, and that was that touchdown, that long touchdown run on the far side of the field along the sidelines. Kondrolszewski's got 2 rushes for 5 yards. Alec Wickstrom, he tucked it and ran for 16 on his only carry. Mike Murphy just had that single carry for 4 yards and a touchdown. Passing the ball, Alec Wickstrom, 6 for 10 on the night, 57 yards, no touchdowns. And Ryer Snow had all those positive yards, 4 catches for 59 yards. And Carter Perry had 1 catch, and it was a loss of 2 on the play. In total, 324 yards of total offense for West Catholic. That's 267 on the ground and 57 yards through the air. 6 rushing touchdowns for West Catholic.
Wow.
Incredible. And, of course, the interception return for a touchdown as well, so the defense has got on the board. For Comstock Park, we take a look at Donovan Cummings. He's carried the ball 12 times, only 6 yards.
Yikes.
Half a yard per carry.
That's the quarterback.
That's going to be tough to keep in there. Easton Hood, 1 carry for no yards, and that's pretty much it for Comstock Park. 2 yards rushing on 14 attempts. They average 0.1 yards. So West Catholic comes in. The last few games, it's been under 3 yards a carry and not even a tenth of a yard.
On 14 attempts.
On 14 attempts,
that's
2 yards.
Nothing, yeah.
That is phenomenal.
A lot of tackles for loss.
Defense. That's pride.
And a number of sacks because you take a look, and through the air, Donovan Cummings has had 16 pass attempts. He's done a nice job completing 10 of them, but I got to tell you, on those other 6, he was
under duress.
Under duress for sure.
Under a lot of pressure the entire night, that's for sure. So 10 for 16, 80 yards, and an interception. Receiving, 2 catches to Tyler Brzezowski for 25 yards. His favorite target's been Easton Hood. Easton had 3 receptions for 25 yards. Zach Borick caught 1 for 18 yards, and Christian Robinson had a couple catches for 6 yards. And Kendrick Castillo-Perez caught 1 pass, but actually went
backed him up
back 4 yards. And Spencer Dokel, the last receiver, with 1 catch for 10 yards. So he's been spreading the ball out to a lot of receivers, as you've seen, a lot of 5 wide receiver sets for Comstock Park, and he's just kind of picking his way and got 80 yards to 5 different receivers. Actually, 6 different receivers there in the first half.
Yeah, but slim pickings. I mean, you take a look, 82 yards of total offense right there compared to West Catholic's 324. First downs tell a big story, too. 13 for West Catholic and only 4 for Comstock Park. So, yeah, definitely dominance. Thanks, Steve Grooms. Appreciate everything here as we continue on with the West End Body halftime show. And Tom, scores around the area. I'm going to let you read this one.
Yeah, Muskegon Oak Ridge 13.
Hello.
Belding 0.
Belding 0.
At the half.
Yeah, didn't see that coming.
Belding comes in at 8-1. I'm not sure what was Oak Ridge 6-3.
I think so. Yeah,
Maybe,
6-3.
So Belding 8-1, and they're getting shut out at halftime. So we'll keep on that score because the winner of this game, as it looks like West Catholic with the 49-0 lead, will take on the winner of the Oak Ridge Belding game.
Yeah, and around the area, Rockford now 28 to West Ottawa 6. Catholic Central 42 and Benton Harbor 6. Hudsonville 14, Granville 7. Again, that's a big one. They're already in the third quarter. Reed City and Montague. Reed City with a 21-13 lead at half. And Zeeland West is putting it to their across-the-street neighbors at Zeeland East 28-6. So West Catholic, they had deferred in the first half, and they are going to receive
adding
the
injury
second
to
half.
misery.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, we're losing 49-0, and we're kicking off.
Yeah.
So here goes a low driving kick. Going to be fielded at the 10-yard line. Up to the 25, 30, still on his feet. Got one guy to beat.
Well,
10, 5, touchdown West. I believe that's Chaz Vita. Is that right?
Number 1. Nope.
No, sorry. Nolan Reinhardt again.
Nolan Reinhardt.
Nolan Reinhardt with a touchdown run.
Same thing as last week. They opened up with a kickoff return for a touchdown to begin the second half of play against Fruitport. And now here again, we see the same thing. West Catholic dominant with a running clock to begin the second half and now stretching that lead out. Now 55-0. Boy, I'll tell you what.
Nolan Reinhardt home with a 90-yard kickoff return.
Oh, this guy's got it going on. Season long. Had 2 in one game earlier this year, and now back-to-back games with second half kickoff returns for touchdowns. Boy, nice handle on that exchange between the center and the holder. A little bit of a slippery ball, I think, but the kick was up and it was good. So props to who was that holder there? I didn't get his number.
I did not either.
You know, he's kicked enough of them. We should have known who the number was, Tom. All facets of the game, like we said before. Amazing. It's our 6th of the year. Kickoff returns for touchdown. Yeah.
Was that what was that officially, Steve? 90?
90.
90 exactly, yeah.
Wow. He's got 99. I know a 90 and maybe a 91, and those are the ones that I can recall. But he's got 3 of them, and the team has got 6 this year. So, again, all facets of the game, as we mentioned in Keys to the Game earlier, and the man with the sore foot, Landon Smith, kicks off.
Comstock Park comes up the near side, and now a flock of Falcons in on the tackle there, Joe.
Yeah, Ever Benitez got to a wall, tried to turn it around, and, boy, he had nowhere to go.
Gets tackled at about the...
Looks like the 15-yard line is going to be the line of scrimmage. I mean, again, I don't think that you and I had any idea that would be this lopsided this early.
No.
We felt that Comstock Park was going to come in and make a little bit of noise here against West Catholic. But I got to tell you, this defense is just playing with attitude.
They really are. Like you said, a lot of swagger. 56-0 is your score at Comstock Park. Ball gets tipped. It's up in the air, and it falls incomplete.
Boy, Ethan Stoner got his hands in on that. He was on a blitz coming from the far side, got his hands up, and it went up in the air and nearly landed back in the receiver Perez's hands, but went down. That ball was up for grabs. So, again, we're on a running clock here in the second half. Clock can only stop on scores, timeouts, injuries, and penalties.
Right.
I did it in the right order, didn't I?
That was a great order. Trips left for Comstock Park and Cummings. Fake handoff. Now a quick pass here to the near side, getting kicked out of bounds is number 23, Zach Borick. So he'll pick up 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 for the Panthers. Their first possession here in the second half.
It almost looked like Wyatt Fredrickson got a couple of fingers on that ball. It took a little change in direction. He was in there with his hands up.
Now, if you just say the score is 8-0, 8 touchdowns to 0, it doesn't sound as bad, right? It sounds like Comstock Park might come back. Trips left to right. Oh, in on pressure, and down he goes. Ethan Stoner with the sack inside the 10-yard line, all the way back down to the 5. Great job by Ethan Stoner.
Credit that defensive backfield. Cummings had nowhere to go with the football. Looked, and then started backing up. Tried to pick a side of the field to run, and there was none. And then Stoner came in and leveled Cummings. So big loss on the play. That's bringing up a 4th down and about 15 yards, Tom. And the punter is in the end zone.
Yep, here goes Connor Olszewski. He's in the back of the 45. Kick. Really short kick. Will take a Comstock Park after it hits at the 35. Will go up over the 40.
Got a good roll on that one. Yeah, for about a 32-yard kick, but about 12 of that was a roll.
And again, another short field. It's just short field. It's hard to lose games when the field is really only 60 yards long when you're on offense.
Hey, we want to invite you to go to the new Frank's Market located at 1020 West Fulton in Grand Rapids. They feature the area's best fresh and smoked kielbasa, awesome steaks, succulent roast, hot shots, and deli meat. Stop in and experience the fantastic service and products the Sanizak family has delivered in Grand Rapids for decades.
Here goes handoff to Mike Murphy. He tries to bounce it outside, breaks the tackle at the 40, still on his feet, the 35, breaks another tackle, he's at the 30, he's on the far sideline, 20-10, touchdown Mike Murphy! 42-yard touchdown run.
What does Mike Murphy do?
He just scores touchdowns.
Custom caulking touchdown. Is that number 1 for Mike tonight?
2.
Number 2 for Mike tonight. Oh, fantastic job. Boy, West Catholic, the offense scores quick and scores often now. 5:33 to go in the third quarter. Now 62-0. I'm going to tell you right now, the scoring record is in jeopardy here as the kick is up and it's good. Now 63-0, West Catholic over Comstock Park. Unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. We're at 5:13 left in the third.
Man.
And Mike Murphy, I think it's only his second touch of the night. So 2 touches.
No, you're right. 2 touches, 2 touchdowns.
Right, he had the short touchdown run.
Yeah.
And then
he was in for a play, got it the next, and scored.
Yes.
In for a play, scored. What a guy.
Amazing.
His parents have to be proud of him.
You're right.
Hey, Custom Caulking's the contractor's choice for waterproofing and crack sealing in West Michigan and beyond, both residential and commercial. Custom Caulking should be your only call, and on-the-spot color blending and friendly service is what to expect from Custom Caulking. The Norder family proudly supports West Catholic football and all athletic programs. And congratulations to Steve Norder on his award, Falcon Award recipient this past week. And we're very proud of him, and I'm glad to call him a friend.
Here goes the kick.
Big kick.
He fielded there at the 10, up to the 20, 25 on the near sideline, and then getting hit. Knocked out of bounds there.
Boy, Ever Benitez is going to have nightmares about these kickoffs because he has been smothered. He gets to a certain point, and there is just no return. So great special teams defensively for West.
So with Charlie DeBrune, he's up to 20 touchdowns on the year, and Mike Murphy has elevated himself up to 14 touchdowns with the 2 touchdown runs that Murphy's had.
Yeah,
so.
Really quick third quarter here. We're already at the 3:30 mark in the third. Running clock, of course. West Catholic leading 63-0 if you're just joining us.
Empty backfield again. And getting tackled, and then slipping out of the tackles, number 20, and going to the far side of the field, but no pickup on the play For the Panthers, that's number 20, Logan Whidden. He's a junior running back. He'll lose about 5 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 15. You said that the scoring record was 69, 67?
Let's get Groomsy.
Somewhere in the ballpark.
Somewhere in the ballpark.
It's in the 60s, I believe.
It is in the 60s. It might be 69, I think.
Yeah, so 1 touchdown and an extra point would be a scoring record for West. And I'm sure 63 is a scoring record for the playoffs for West, I would guess. We're at the 240 mark here in the third, 63-0.
Well, I think last year's championship game. Well, number one, it set the record in the state of Michigan.
Right? Yeah. Yep. Here goes Cummings. He gets chased out of the pocket to the right side. He looks downfield. He's got a receiver there at the 27, completes it to him. That's number 1, Spencer Dokel. And he'll pick up about 15 on the play. He'll still be short.
Aaron Record on the tackle.
Yep.
Boy, the best offense they've got is him scrambling here lately.
It really is. 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers. So ball's going to be placed at the 34. They're going to get up to about the 36 and a half or so for a first. I'm sorry, ball's at the 29. They need to get to the 32 for a first. Cummings gets it. He's looking downfield. Steps up in the pocket, still looking, getting chased, and he'll complete it on the far sidelines, or is it juggled? Nope, it's a completed pass, and it's a first down for the Panthers.
Well, he scrambled and had that. It was Christian
Robinson, yeah.
Yeah, Christian Robinson on that. Nice direction by Cummings, having him return from his route. Smart receivers will do that. And that results in first down for Comstock Park as we are at the 1-minute mark now in the third quarter.
Even though he went out of bounds, clock will not stop. Here goes Cummings, in and out of his hands. He just fumbled the ball. He went back to pass, Joe, and it just fell out of his hands, and they're calling it incomplete.
Yeah.
Now, interesting, technically that is a fumble because he went back, but I think your arm's got to go forward to be an incomplete pass. But referee calls it
I think they're giving a guy a break here.
Yeah, giving a little benefit of the doubt. So they're going to say incomplete pass. It'll go back to the original line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers from the 39.
Still raining out there, a little bit of a mist, and we can feel in the air that initial rain was bringing the front through. Temperatures dropped a little bit, and the winds picked up a hair.
1 left, 2 right for Cummings. Slot right goes to tight end. Here goes a pass on the near side here to number 11. It's completed at the 38. Up to the number 4 to the 45 is Christian Robinson. Hey, if you're still out there listening, 616-262-9270. So that'll be the end of the third quarter with the running clock. It goes quick, guys. 63-0 is your score. Falcons over the Panthers.
Oh, Matt Abed's listening. He's in Chicago. He says he hopes the freshmen get in the game. Yeah, definitely. We really enjoyed your dad up here last week, Matt.
Sure did.
Yeah. Let's see who else we got here. And Jerry Wasorick, she's listening out there. Appreciate that. Rose Arbanis, hi Rose. Sitting with Cindy and David listening to the game. She says, go Falcons. It's quite a game, Rose. Wish you were here, but it's raining out. You don't want to be here. Tyler, Mary Heitzman, they're listening from the rehearsal dinner in Flint. Yeah, wish you guys were here. Appreciate you listening. They texted in last week, and they were up at Crockery Lake. House is under construction. So here comes Comstock Park to begin the fourth quarter of play. Cummings under center. And he's in trouble, scrambling out, falls down, ball is loose. I think that's going to be a fumble, Tom.
It is, and West Catholic has it, right?
Yeah, he stumbled over the 29-yard line hash. And as he went down that ball, of course, it's slippery, being wet. And that's another turnover for Comstock Park. West Catholic will have the ball right at the 30-yard line, it looks like. Actually, the 31. So another short field for West Catholic. And here's where we're going to see some of the depth guys coming in. They were filtering in and out to start the second half, and now we see Grady Augustin, number 6, coming in at quarterback. These guys are going to get a taste of the playoffs.
So here goes Augustin. He's going to hand it off to Brittenfeld on the near side, the 30, the 25. Getting down to the 20. Here comes a flag on the play. And actually, I think that's Colin Abram, the freshman with the carry there.
Well, all right.
The freshman that's gone for over 2,000 yards between his freshman and JV stints. But they're going to back it up. Spot foul. It'll be first down and 14 with the penalty. Two left, one right for West. Augustin, shotgun. He'll have Colin off to his right. End up the middle. That looks like Brittenfeld.
There's
actually.
Brittenfeld, yep.
He's in there. So nice carry by Brittenfeld.
Gets up to the 25-yard line. That's going to bring a second down at about 4. Straight shot right up the middle. West Catholic's got its second depth into the ball game, but Comstock Park still got all of its starters out there defensively. A lot of two-way players for Comstock Park, and they got to be worn down here.
Oh, they have to be. 2 left, 1 right for West. They go left to right in the 4th. Hand off again to Brittenfeld. He stutter steps. He's at the 25, 20 still on his feet. Breaks an ankle tackle inside the 15. Down to the 10. David Brittenfeld, wonderful run.
Where there's a will, there's a way, and he stayed up. Oh, man, it looked like a mosh pit in there. Everybody slamming each other back and forth.
Sure did.
So now we've got a first and goal situation. Ball's going to be marked at the 10-yard line. We're at the 9-minute mark here in the 4th. In a running clock, 63-0 is the score. West Catholic leading Comstock Park here in the Division 5 pre-district.
They're going to let the clock go down as much as possible. Wait for that back judge to raise his hand at the 10-minute mark, or 10-second mark, I'm sorry. Brittenfeld off to the right. High snap. The ball's on the ground. Grady Augustin's just going to cover it back on the 30. A loss of 20 on the play, Joe. Wow.
That's a long snap.
That's the first mistake I've seen in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Literally.
I
mean, literally.
Literally.
And it's a wet ball, so Augustin couldn't bring it in. It's going to be second and goal.
Yeah, ball's at the 28-yard line, so a loss of 18 on the play.
Woo.
That's a heavy.
Brittenfeld off to the left of Augustin. Augustin gets it. He fakes the pitch, and he'll keep it, and he'll tuck it. He'll go up the middle, but he's going to get tackled at the 25. So pick up a 3 on the play by Grady Augustin. Is going to be third down and goal from the 25.
Yeah, faked that pitch and just darted right up the middle. Not much running room for Grady. So it's third and goal now, ball at the 25-yard line.
Let's see if they put Augustin's arm to use. He's got Dom Fisher out there far left. He's got Aiden Taylor, junior wide receiver, here on the near side right. Here goes Augustin. Going to hand it off just to Brittenfeld. Stiff arms one guy. He's at the 15. Breaks an ankle tackle inside the 20 down to the 17 before he gets wrestled down here on the near side. So fourth and goal now from the 17. Now what do you do? I don't
know. Why not bring Landon out? He's gonna. He may have to win another game for you.
That's what I would do. Now, I am the last person in the world that ever will second guess Landon Grove,
right?
Because That's why we're up 63-0. This guy is an amazing coach.
So a little bit of.
They're probably going to call a timeout here, and I think they're going to think about it.
Yeah.
Because you've got 4 West Catholic players. Well, let's just see. Now they're going to get back in order. 10 seconds left on the clock.
I'd try to get them to jump at least and then call a timeout.
So
they're going to snap
jet sweep to Dom Fisher. He's going to try to break contain on the far side. He does. Dips it inside.
Oh!
It does not get to the end zone.
Got to the 2, I think, Tom.
I think he did. Great play by Dom Fisher.
Had some running room, had some blockers. Little jet of speed down there, but ran into a few Panthers there near the goal line, and they ran him out of bounds. It looks like they're going to be at about the 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but a nice effort,
Great effort by Dom Fisher. We're all the way down to the 5:38 mark right now. Yeah, that could have been for the record.
It could have been for the record, yeah.
I mean, 3 yards short of perhaps the record of scoring for West Catholic. So 5:24, 63-0 is your score as the Panthers come out. And I believe that's still Cummings in at quarterback, right, Joe?
Yeah, looks that way.
Sure is.
And the ball's on the ground.
And who gets it? Does West get it? I think West got it. I believe West Catholic got that ball.
I don't, well, nope.
They
are.
Yeah, they did.
They did. Oh, the turnovers. Just tough sledding for Comstock Park tonight. I didn't either, but that ball came out, and it laid on the ground for a little while until somebody finally jumped on it. So now West Catholic's going to get the ball at about the 3-yard line, it looks like. So it's going to be first and goal from the 3. Or the 2, yeah.
The 2, yeah. Let me get out my binoculars, Joe.
All right, you wanted a record. Here it comes.
Yeah, that is the 2. That is the 2-yard line.
Comes Grady Augustin and the boys, and look who's in. Is it Colin Abram? It is Colin Abram.
It is Colin Abram at running back. He gets the ball, goes up the middle. Is he going to get his touchdown? He is! Colin Abram with a 2-yard touchdown run.
Colin Abram as a freshman. Boy, I'll tell you what, if there's record books for freshmen, he'd have them all at running back, and the first custom caulking touchdown of many coming for Colin here, and that's at the 3:52 mark here in the 4th. And we're going to look to Steve Grooms here, and let's see if this might be a record here. Landon Smith on for the extra point. The hold, the kick, it's up, and it's good. Steve, is that correct?
72 is the record.
72 is the record.
What year do we know?
Oh, boy. Here, look at him. Look at him hang his head. He says, like, now you got me going.
Every time we talk, we give him more work to do.
I think it was 2 years ago. I do. I think it was 2 years ago, right? Yeah.
So,
anyways, hey, Lendering Tree Farm, they're located at 1401 House Street over in Belmont. Take the family to Lendering Tree Farm this holiday season. Making memories is really what it's all about. You can cut your own Christmas tree or select a pre-cut tree. They got food trucks, wagon rides, hot chocolate, roasted marshmallows, meet Santa Claus. It's really fun for everyone. They got wreaths. You can get free cuttings there if you want to make, if you want to make your own decoration, you take that stuff home. Dogs are welcome. And visit their website at lenderingtreefarm.com. That's lenderingtreefarm.com, and they've got all the details. It's a blast.
Here comes the kick. Short kick on the near side here at the 21. Comstock Park gets it and goes over the 30 and takes a big hit there.
It's Logan Nineheis. We haven't seen him in to receive any of the kicks. He got his uniform dirty tonight. We are ticking all the way down to the 2-minute mark here. Boy, this second half just goes very, very fast. West Catholic leading Comstock Park here. Division 5 pre-district, your first game of the playoffs. And it's 70-0 at this point. Boy, just a dominant effort by the Falcons in all facets of the game.
Sure has been. Back-to-back weeks after winning 58-7 last week against Fruitport.
And join us here on the post-game show. We'll have all the stats from Steve Grooms, and we're going to try to get Coach Landon Grove or defensive coordinator Darren Smith up here to have a word, talk about the game, and keep an eye on the potential matchups. Oak Ridge and Belding would be the next game for West Catholic. Right at the 1 minute mark left in the game. Comstock Park with the handoff coming to the near side of the field, and that is number 7, Kendrick Castillo Perez. And Comstock Park's going to call a timeout here with 39 seconds to go. Let's take another look around the area and get some scores. Rockford 41, West Ottawa 6. Tightening up here, Hudsonville was leading for most of the game, but now Granville's taking a 1-point lead here in the fourth, 22-21. Portland leading Sexton. Zeeland West having its way with Zeeland East, 44-6. Grand Rapids Catholic Central, no update there, 42-6. It still shows at the half. Lansing Catholic and Michigan Center, they're tied up at 28 in the third. And we take a look, Coopersville and East Grand Rapids at a stalemate, 0-0 in the third. I thought that was going to be a game, Tom.
Yes.
Because Coopersville is a lot better than you think.
They sure are. Pass on the near side is completed for Comstock Park. It'll be a first down as it goes to Spencer Dokel.
Let's see if Coach Doug Samuels calls another timeout here.
20 seconds left on the clock. He's letting it just tick away, and I think he's going to just call it a game. And that's the final. The West Catholic Falcons 70, the Comstock Panthers 0. Oh, no, sorry.
Oh, excuse me.
A little bit too quick.
8 seconds, they're going to kick a field goal. They're going to kick a 69-yard field goal potentially. The wind is with them, I think.
Yeah. I was a little too quick to the draw. Well, I saw him headed towards the sideline, so I thought, 15 seconds left. They're walking towards the sidelines. They're just going to let it go, but they let it go to 8 seconds.
Games of interest here. We're watching this Oak Ridge Belding game. Oak Ridge 19, Belding 7. Did not.
Wow.
Thought that was going to be a tight game and thought Belding may have the edge there, but it looks like Oak Ridge is leading right now in the fourth.
Amazing. 2 left, 2 right. Well, I think that probably speaks to strength of schedule for Oak Ridge versus Belding, right?
I would say so.
So balanced attack here. This will be probably the last play of the night, Joe, with 8 seconds left. Comstock Park in shotgun formation. They're going right to left. Balanced attack. Just a hand up the middle. That's simple handoff. Go up to midfield. That's number 7, Kendrick Castillo Perez. And that'll do it for the game. So your final here, the West Catholic Falcons 70, the Comstock Panthers 0. Or I should say, West Catholic 70, the Comstock Park Panthers 0.
So West Catholic now advances on to the district final, and we're going to monitor that Oak Ridge and Belding game here through the post-game show as the players are out at midfield, and for the third straight playoff appearance for Comstock Park, West Catholic has executed their exit, and boy, the last 2 times 42-0, 41-0, and now 70-0. Just, want to talk about some dominance here. West Catholic, look at the boys coming to the near side of the field here. They're going to get in front of the student section. They're going to sing the fight song, and they're going to be able to celebrate for about a day.
27. So Steve Grooms tells us 2017 was the time that West Catholic scored 72 in a game. So it's been 6 years, but that is the record, and this will be the second highest scoring of the the year, or the history at West Catholic. So as we head into our post-game show, Steve Grooms comes in, and he's got the stats for us. So let's welcome everybody into the post-game show.
Yeah. Boy, dominant performance. We've seen a number of them here this year, haven't we?
Dominant. So you put the 70 up with the 58.
Yep.
128-7 in the last 2 games. I mean, that's insanity. 128-7. Let that sink in for a little bit when you want to talk about dominant West Catholic performances. So as we went through the first half, as we mentioned, Charlie DeBruyne had 4 touchdown runs in the first half. Carter Perry with a touchdown run. Nolan Reinhardt with a 38-yard interception return. Mike Murphy with a 4-yard run. And then as we went into the second half of the third quarter, Reinhardt came out, opening kickoff, 90 yards. He went 99 last week for the kick return, went 90 tonight on that opening kickoff in the second half. That extended the lead to 56-0. Then Mike Murphy touched the ball for the second time, and he ran it 42 yards for a touchdown. And then Colin Abram, the freshman, with his first varsity touchdown run.
Remember that name, everyone. It's going to be fun. I think our running game is in good hands between David Brittenfeld, right, as a sophomore.
Connor Olszewski
and Connor Olszewski as a junior. And now we see Colin Abram. And I think he's the last of the Abram brothers. And, boy, is he a football talent, and it's going to be fun to watch him. So first touchdown as a West Catholic varsity player for Colin.
So fantastic job. Mike Murphy, just 2 touches, 46 yards. 46 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, all he does is score touchdowns. It's just amazing. Wickstrom did not get in to throw a pass in the second half. He just handed the ball off. Gritty Augustin did not pass the ball as well. Ryer Snow led the team with the 4 catches for 59 yards because West didn't put it in the air in the second half.
Yep.
Their running clock. In total, 385 yards for West Catholic, 109 yards for Comstock Park.
So only an additional 27 yards of offense in the second half for Comstock Park, albeit a running clock.
What's amazing with the rushing attack, as much as Comstock Park ran it in the second half, and they only averaged 0.1 yard per carry in the first half, and you're like, well, of course they're going to run it better in the second half. No, they actually, for the game, negative a half yard. Negative half yard.
I don't know that we've ever seen a West Catholic defense do that to a team.
I don't think so.
I don't think we've ever seen
21
negative
rushing
yards.
attempts for minus 11 yards. Passing 15 attempts for 23 for 120 yards, 1 interception, 109 yards. So 385 yards for West Catholic, 109 for Comstock Park.
And impressively, 15 first downs to 6 first downs. But the turnovers were just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Tonight.
As we look at the stats, there's nothing that really just jumps out at the page. Gabe Schwieters, of course, had 6 tackles in that fumble recovery, so excellent job by him. Nolan Reinhardt had the interception for the touchdown. But he only had a couple tackles. David Brittenfeld, 5 tackles. Aaron Record, the sophomore, with 5 tackles. And then Josh Mitchell with 5 tackles as well, but everybody else just kind of a couple on the board.
Yeah, and
team effort.
Exactly. Go back to the offensive stats there, Tom. Let's just see how many plays were run in total by there you go. There's our tab right there. So 21 attempts, rushing attempts, and
22,
Yeah.
And 10 passing attempts, so 32.
Yeah, but moreover, the offensively for Comstock Park, 21 attempts for rushing and 23 attempts. So they ran 44 plays all told.
To our 32. So they ran a dozen more plays. Right.
And they didn't do much. That's for sure. So, what can you say about a performance? But West Catholic is playing mistake-free football. They're not fumbling. The defense is playing with at a level that this game we've never seen. We've never seen West Catholic put a team into negative rushing yards. I think, and we've been doing this for 15 years. That is called dominance.
That is called dominance.
Yeah.
And really, right from the first quarter, again, they picked up where they left off last week. Last week they had an interception return for a touchdown. They had a fumble return for a touchdown. They had a safety all in the first half, and that was a dominant performance. But they just picked up where they left off. While not as many turnovers for touchdowns and or scores defensively, but what a tremendous job by West Catholic. And again, we're waiting see if Coach Landon Grove makes it up.
I think he's meeting with the media right now, I think.
Right. But we're hoping to get him up before we sign off. Anything else, in terms of what you saw tonight? Again, I don't really see too much in terms of any deficiencies.
Well, look who's here.
It's
Landon.
It's Landon.
It's Landon Grove. Hey, Landon, come on up.
Have
a
chair.
Seat. Yeah. Are you wet? Not too bad, because it rained pretty hard there before halftime.
Landon, we were just talking about the defense. I mean, back to back.
Go ahead and put this on.
Strong defensive performances. Last week, the defense. You got that okay there?
There we go.
All right. Last week, the defense came out of the gate. Interception return for a touchdown. Fumble recovery for a touchdown. A safety. This week, interception for a touchdown. And then we look at the stats. Comstock Park, 21 rushing attempts, minus 11 yards, minus a half yard. Negative yards rushing on that many attempts.
We can't even remember that ever happening.
Yeah, that's insane. That's again, I think. Going into the year, we had some spots on defense. Especially in the back end, when you lose kids like Caleb Klinger and Joe Debsky and Danny Gruskevich,
right.
And go on and on about some of the guys we lost. We're starting to see some of those young guys we've had to step up. And having Reinhardt back certainly helps a ton. But Connor Olszewski's playing his best football right now. Gabe Schwieters has been awesome. So you're starting to see some of the young guys really kind of play good football. Chris Schaub is playing the best football he's ever played in his career right now. He's been all over the place. And, everybody, Wyatt Frederickson, Ethan Stoner, Josh Mitchell, they're all playing their best football. And early in the year, we weren't playing bad. It wasn't bad defense. It just wasn't the standard we're used to.
Right.
We're kind of getting back to the Coach Smith standard defense where, all phases are covered and, holding the team to negative 11 rushing yards is impressive. A lot of credit to our D staff. We have the best D staff I could ever ask for. Coach Smith is like having another head coach. Can't say enough about him.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're playing with attitude. They're playing with some swag and a lot of confidence.
Yeah, and I've always told our guys, there's a fine line between arrogant and confident, and we never want to cross it, but we prepare to the point where we should be confident because our kids work hard, our coaches work hard, we game plan like crazy, and our kids follow that plan and they believe in it. And again, that's a credit to the staff.
Yeah, and you could just see it with the energy. Take nothing against Comstock Park, but just the energy when they came on the field. Yeah. They set it right from the get-go. They come out full, like they're doing sprints. They're doing sprints as they they break that paper sign, and they're ready to go from day one. And it really speaks to the confidence this team has.
Yeah, I take a look and on these running plays for Charlie, the running plays for Mike Murphy and whatnot. The blocking downfield has been extraordinary this year. Ryer Snow's done a great job, but everybody, as they move down the field, you're not going to catch a ball until you block for somebody, and they block all the way down, and it opens up so much for the running game.
Yeah, I think it speaks to the volume of our team. We're a selfless football team. Some games they might get their touches, and some games they might not get thrown to at all. But we've really bought, and that's a credit to Coach Hauser and that receiver group. They've bought into we got to block our tails off on the perimeter because that's what matters, and that's what's going to spring us loose. And then at some point in time they're going to make a big play. Like against Coopersville, that big third down conversion that was Ryer. He's made some big plays this year. Cole Bowers made some big plays when we needed him to, especially against Spring Lake. Carter Perry's been big all throughout the year, and but those guys guys just understand that their touches are going to be a little bit more limited compared to the running backs. This is kind of how we roll. And I think it speaks to the selflessness of this team.
Well, it's like Cole Bauer. He's got 5 receptions on the year, but 3 of them are for touchdowns.
Yeah.
Ryer Snow, it seems like every time he catches the ball, it's a long, deep ball for a touchdown, or it's an important first down that you need.
Yep. They're just consistent. They do what we ask of them. They, like we could go throw it a lot if we needed to. I believe in that with Alec and our receivers, but it just kind of fits the style of play we are. That's a final. We got Oak Ridge now.
You got Oak Ridge.
Yes, you got Oak Ridge.
Yeah.
We've been tracking that all.
That's a good program.
And Oak Ridge was up at half, and they just they kept it going.
Yeah.
But you speak to Alec Wickstrom. What we saw even earlier in the game, and before the game got out of hand, he had some times where he was out, he was in the pocket, rather than forcing the issue, he tucked it and ran, or he threw the ball away. And he's got 1 interception the entire year. You can't expect anything else out of your quarterback, can you?
He's been awesome. He's the definition of consistent. You know exactly what you're going to get from him. He's so fun to coach because he understands it. He sees the big picture. We get a lot of different looks every week just because teams try to do different things to try to slow us down. And our O-line recognizes fronts. He recognizes fronts. He recognizes secondary structure really well. So he's been awesome. He's blended well with our school. Blessed to have him, blessed to know him, blessed to coach him. Can't say enough good things about Alec Wickstrom.
Talk a little bit about that offensive line and how they progressed over the course of the year.
How much time you got?
Yeah, because, there were some big holes. Now, don't get me wrong. Charlie ran with authority tonight. He ended up with 10 rushes, 172 yards, and 4 touchdowns, and he was averaging 17. He bulldozed a guy in the end zone for that 1 touchdown. He did a little ballerina step on one of his TDs there. But speak to that offensive line and the holes that they're making for these running backs.
They're never going to get the articles written about them or the fancy, but that's what makes us go. That's what makes us go, especially in the playoffs. You never know what you're going to get weather-wise, as we've seen the last 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So to be able to kind of lean on them and pound, and Dakota Meyer and Gabe Powers, Crew Christian's been awesome stepping up this year.
Yeah.
And then the emergence of our right side, Josh Mitchell's always good, but the emergence of Jacob Timmer and the player he's becoming and going to continue to become, my goodness. Can't say enough good things about those guys. They're good. They get coached really hard by me. I'm probably harder on our offensive line than anybody else, but that's because I know how important they are. And again, credit to our coaching staff, Coach Siegel, Coach Zomer, and Coach Roop have been phenomenal coaching those guys up. And they are what make us go. We have a lot of cool toys on the perimeter. We have a lot of a lot of fancy things we can do, but without them, none of it works.
Yeah, and we talk about all facets of the game, defensive scores. The last 2 games have really demonstrated that. Special teams, they'll talk about that scenario because six touchdowns off of kickoffs this year.
Yep.
And I don't know how many punts and stuff, but that has been a game changer.
Yeah, when I got here, one of the first things we talked about as a staff when we got organized is a non-negotiable is we're going to win special teams. And we work on it every day. Because it's a phase of the game that sometimes can go forgotten a little bit in high school. We're not going to forget about it, and that's one thing that, it's a non-negotiable that we are going to try our darnest to win that phase of the football game, because then we just got to win one more phase and we're golden. So that's always been an emphasis. Our kids have done a good job with that.
Yeah. We looked at last week. We're like, gosh, where is the weakness? The offense was dominant, the defense, the special teams was dominant. And then I looked at the penalties last week. You had 1 penalty for 5 yards. In tonight, was the flag thrown on you guys much tonight?
We had,
Did you have 1 or 2 penalties?
We had a holding and
yes. Maybe 2 penalties.
We had 2 holdings, but yeah. Last year our weak point last year was unpenalized everywhere. We had way too many penalties last year.
Yeah.
And that's been a focal point of cleaning up penalties, cleaning up turnovers, and that's a big deal for us, and our kids are doing a good job.
Now it's been a number of games that you've had running clocks, obviously. What do you think of the impact of the offense and defense of having that first unit play a full game here as we go to deeper into the playoffs?
Yeah, we were trying to keep them out there as long as we could tonight, just because we haven't played a full game in a while.
Right.
But it's a double-edged sword. We're healthy because of it.
Yes.
Right.
So we'll take that, but I can guarantee you it's gonna be a four-quarter game next week. Oak Ridge is a great program.
Yeah.
They're a proud program. So we're gonna be tested, and we're gonna find out if we're ready for 4 quarters again.
Awesome. Well, the last 2 weeks, 128-7 is how you've outscored the opponent. So congratulations on a wonderful season,
Yep.
undefeated season. Now you've got the first win in the playoffs, and we wish you the best of luck with Oak Ridge and all the preparation during the week.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
Good.
Thanks a lot,
Thanks,
Coach.
buddy.
We'll see you next week. Heck
All
yeah.
right,
We'll keep
all
the party going.
Thanks, Landon.
All right.
You bet.
We'll love to see you up here in the press box again after next week's win.
West Catholic head coach Landon Grove joining us here in the post game as the stadium has emptied. And Tom, we're going to wrap this up.
We are going to wrap it up, and we've got Muskegon Oak Ridge next week. We're going to be online again. We'll broadcast the games all the way through the playoffs.
Yep.
And it will be audio all the way through, and that's MHSAA rules. We can't combine the audio with the video in the playoffs, so it is what it is. But we do want to say one last thank you to our sponsors before we sign off tonight.
Yeah, Fox Pools, West End Body, Melissa Homewood, the Lash Group of eXp Realty, Shaner Avenue Nursery, Dubin Attorneys at Law, Moore & Sons Roofing, Custom Caulking, Paget Business Services, Frank's Market, Lendering Tree Farm, and, of course, your Falcon Touchdown Club. All
right. Well, for my sidekick, Joe Sack, I'm Tom Mikowski. Thanks a lot for joining us tonight. We'll see you next week. Pregame starts at 6:30 as we face off against Muskegon Oak Ridge in the pre-district finals here.
Yeah, absolutely. Hoping for a long run and a nice trip on Sunday, hopefully to Ford Field. Up on Thanksgiving weekend.
It'd be a great way to spend Thanksgiving weekend.
Absolutely.
So,
Go West.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Go Green.
Go Blue.
Go Blue.
I'm going to steal your sign.
Take care, everyone.